Hey, it's the Memelords, and before we start this, just thoughts and prayers to Scott Hall, his friends, and his family.
Yeah.
It's like he's always said, bad times don't last forever, but bad guys always will.
Yep.
That's a fucking iconic line.
It is.
He says as he fucks it up.
Close enough. Oh, I'm like an actual wrestling journalist. I don't do my research before just saying shit.
You see, his poem, his iconic line is "Hard work pays off."
Well, I just cut that part out.
Bad times don't last, but bad guys do.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just imagine him doing his whole thumb thing in the ring.
And then I imagine what I imagine is him saying "Hey yo" and then throwing.
Hey yo, yeah, I was gonna say.
Toothpick.
And then doing his thumb thing.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck that was, but that is great.
What, the thumb thing? Yeah.
I don't know why he did it, but it was just so funny. Alrighty. So with it, if you're a wrestling fan, you know, 'tis the season. WrestleMania season.
It's becoming that season, yes.
It already is that season.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well,
It's the next WWE pay-per-view after the
it's,
takeover.
It's 2 weeks away. Well, it'll be a week away when this gets uploaded.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when WWE puts on their best matches. Usually.
Yes.
So we thought, what better way than to go through 38 years of gems and shit.
Of gems and not so gems.
Yeah, of gems and things we don't call gems.
Coming in for the remix.
Yep. What is the elite of the elite, in our opinion? And what is the doggest of the water?
Michaels versus Undertaker in Michaels' retirement match. I mean, what?
I don't know if that's the best match of 26. We'll get to it when we get to 26, though.
Mm.
I mean, it's one of the best matches, period.
From the 2010s, yes. WrestleMania-wise, probably I'd give that to you. Alrighty. So we are looking at WrestleMania numero uno. Actually, you know what? Why don't I just give the visual aid and then I don't have to edit anything?
Yeah.
And just so you guys can follow along at home. And if this ever goes, if we can ever get figured out how to put this on Spotify, I apologize. You will have no visual aid.
Oof.
Till then. I haven't figured out a way to put that in there, so you will have the visual aid. Alrighty. So, WrestleMania started out as a whim. Who knew it would become as great as it has become? And hold the legacy that it held. As one of the most prestigious probably events. This is probably the event that every wrestler wants to be on. At least in WWE.
Now everyone wants to be on Wrestle Kingdom against Kenny Omega so they can get a 6-star match.
Honestly, you know what? That's fair. Alrighty. So, as for best and worst match, we'll start in, I guess, alphabetical order. So we'll go Ark.
Sir, do you need to go back to school?
It'll go Ark, me, and then Owen.
LMNOP.
Yes. It'll go Ark, me, Owen. So we'll start with worst first. Yeah, we'll start with worst first. Just in your opinion, just looking at the results and looking at I have 2 in mind for worst.
I can't think. Wait, do you see because what I'm seeing right here is just like the outcomes.
Yes.
That's it?
Yeah, but that's all. Well, it will tell you the match and the outcome, basically. It tells you the match and the outcome.
Blank defeats blank.
Yeah, basically. And whether it's by count out, pin, submission, disqualification, it just tells you that. But
yeah, and if it's for a title or not.
Yeah.
It's just I haven't seen like it's been a while since I went back and watched these.
Yeah,
so.
that's why I said from like 85 to 95, it's kind of just be like, yes, WrestleMania.
What the fuck you mean? It's been a while. I haven't seen any of these matches.
You've probably seen some in passing.
Seen every single Royal Rumble ever.
I have also seen every single Royal Rumble ever.
Because me, you, and Dad binge watched them when we first got cats. Cats loved the
One of the. I don't know. I'm having trouble remembering. Well, not remembering, but knowing which one actually was the worst one. So just quote unquote.
And if you can't think of a worse one, or whether it's because you just don't know, or you think the card's that good, you can just skip.
The worst. It's just been a while. Well, not been a while. I don't know. So I'm gonna call. So hold on. I want to skip for now though.
All right. I'd say either the worst match is David Sammartino versus Brutus Beefcake, or Tito Santana and the Executioner. For the simple fact that the first fucking match you see in WrestleMania history is like a fucking 2-minute squash match in a sense. I'd say it's probably one of those two. Owen?
I haven't seen any of the matches on this card except for Hogan, Mr. T, Piper, and Paul Orndorff.
So basically that is your best and worst by default.
Yes. I mean, I think I've seen the Body Slam Challenge, but like...
Yes, you would have seen the Body Slam Challenge. That's a mediocre match in my opinion. It's like, mediocre?
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 Not your most mediocre internet player.
Mediocre? Yeah, so... Yeah, I feel those are probably the worst. Probably. Just because you have a squash match and you follow it up by a double DQ. How did this event catch on? How did this event catch on?
Worry about it.
Also, can I just state this? That in any era other than the first WrestleMania, you'd never see a tag team match as the main event.
What?
You'd never see a tag team match as the main event. Like in modern day WrestleMania. People would be pissed. Save that shit for the Saudi shows.
I get to Saudi Arabia.
I get to Saudi Arabia. I don't want to move on without Arc, but I don't know how long Arc's gonna fucking take. Probably the most iconic match on the night is probably either the Body Slam Challenge or the Hogan and Mr. T match. Body Slam Challenge because it was basically Andre back when he was a face.
Okay.
Alright. So Owen had nothing for worst because he's only ever seen one match on this card. So by default, it's his best and his worst. As for you, do you got an idea for best?
The best title. I don't know the title, but like best win on this. A lot of this is gonna be like you said.
Yeah, from like again from 85 to 95, it's just gonna be like yes, right. Well, except for maybe like 3 and 9, because 3 and 9 have obviously good matches and obviously shite matches.
Yeah.
I can already tell you what probably is going to be the worst match on WrestleMania 9, but we'll get to it when we get to it.
Yeah. I'd have to go back and watch it again, so I really don't remember.
I'd say the best match, probably just because of how iconic it is, it's probably the Body Slam Challenge.
I didn't even see that. Okay, yeah.
I'd say. All right, moving on to WrestleMania 2. We're not going to pick a worst fucking match from each event. Unless you want to, then we can.
Worst match from what?
Like each event of WrestleMania, because it took place in 3 different arenas.
Yeah, the second one takes place in the.
I mean, I'm
Union
fine
Dale,
with
New
it.
York,
If you want to pick
Chicago,
if you want to pick a worst match from every single one of them, I am a-okay with it, but we don't have to. I'll leave that one up to you guys. What do you guys think?
And it doesn't matter.
All right, we'll pick a worse one from everyone. That makes sense. So for the first one, I'm automatically going to say the worst match on this card is Mr. T versus Roddy Piper.
That's the worst one?
Yeah, in the boxing match.
Oh, yeah.
I have not seen any of the matches on the New York one.
All right, so Owen won't be saying much. Ark?
Yeah, there's that one, and I was thinking, like, was it...
Really, the best, in my opinion, the best match on that one is Macho Man and George the Animal Steel.
Yeah.
That is the best one, because when you think iconic Macho Man matches, this is one because of...
That is one of his most iconic ones, yeah.
And it's not because of the opponent or anything, it's because of the storyline going into it of how George the Animal Steel wanted to steal Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Ark, worst match in Chicago.
Oof.
I mean, honestly, these all look underwhelming.
It all looks underwhelming, yeah. I don't know. If I'm remembering this correctly, the tag team title wasn't too...
It was not.
It wasn't too enticing, so...
No. I'm gonna say probably the women's title match. I think it only lasted like 2 minutes.
Wait, now these... Yeah. Yeah.
Owen, you got a worst match in Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the matches in Chicago either.
Alright, LA. There's one obvious answer here. 2, maybe.
There's 2 that are bad, you said?
In my opinion, yes.
Are you talking about the second one and third one?
I'm talking second and fourth.
Oh.
That that cage match. Oh my god, it was so boring.
Champ Hulk Hogan beats King Kong Bundy.
That match was so fucking boring.
Any of these matches either.
Great.
I'm pretty sure I played the Hogan King Kong Bundy one on the fucking 30 years WrestleMania mode.
Mm-hmm.
I can't concur you.
Yeah, no, the best one there I'd say is the worst one there is probably like, I don't know, like you said, the second one or the fourth one you said, yeah.
Yeah. Best match. You don't have to pick one from every. You can just pick one from.
I'm just gonna pick one from the Los Angeles one.
I'm just gonna pick one from the whole event. I'm not picking one from each because I couldn't be bothered to pick one from each. Mm. There's only one obvious answer in my opinion as well.
Mm.
And it's the Macho Man Randy Savage defending the honor of Miss Elizabeth and the Intercontinental Champion. Oh yeah!
Yes.
Dig it!
Yes.
Alright, on to WrestleMania 3. I have seen this event in full. I've seen this event in full.
I've not seen this event in full, but I've seen some of the matches.
Yes. Alrighty. Worst match looking at these.
It's definitely the WF title champ. No, I'm joking.
Most overrated match in WrestleMania history? Yes.
I've only seen 2 matches on this card, and I will say that the worst that I've seen was the Hogan-Andre one.
Wow.
Okay, that's your opinion.
2 of the matches. The other one I've seen was the Steamboat fucking Macho Man one.
Ark, which one would you say is the worst? Because I think I have one in mind.
You know who else?
Let's see here.
I have an idea of which one is the worst.
I don't remember which one is the worst now. Wait, wasn't the worst one like hair versus hair match? Is that what it was? No.
I'm thinking that, or I believe King Harley Race and Junkyard Dog was pretty shite.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking the hair on hair match because like that shit was like kind of weird.
It was, and he didn't even fucking fully shave his head from what I remember.
Nope.
And was this the night, or was it a different night that Roddy Piper did blackface? Because I know there was one event where he painted himself half black.
Now. I think it was.
Was that the fucking backlot brawl with Goldust in like the late 90s? I'm going hair versus hair.
Yeah.
All right,
No,
best.
the best one is probably.
There's one answer. There's one answer, and it's Ricky Steamboat versus Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, the Intercontinental
It is
title.
the best match.
Steamboat
It is
versus Randy.
arguably considered one of the best Intercontinental Championship matches in history.
Yeah.
Anybody who disagrees, well, actually no. I just thought of a worse match than Hair versus Hair. It's the fucking tag team match with Hillbilly Jim and King Kong Bundy and the midgets. No, that is the worst. I'm changing it. Hair versus Hair is like the second. It's the
Hillbilly Jim and Haiti Kid and Little Bill Beaver?
Yeah, that is the fucking worst match.
Yeah, okay, now you say that, yeah.
WrestleMania 4, the tournament edition.
Oh, fuck. Sorry. That's a lot.
As for a worse, I couldn't even pick a worse, if I'm being 100% honest.
Yeah, they're all equally pretty fucking great.
Well, just some of the names on it, it's probably not as... I guess really the worst match would be anyone that ended in DQ, probably.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't seen any of these matches.
You said Don Morocco and Dino Bravo DQ, said?
Well, yeah, especially in a turn... No, wait, which one was
it? Okay, yeah.
The Rick Rude and Jake Roberts. It eliminates both men. Like, any match that eliminates both men...
Draw eliminating both men, oh, yeah.
Or same with Hogan and Andre, like, that just fucks up the seating. Like, no. And also, I'd like to add that most of these matches were, like, 5 to 10 minutes long, if that. To rush this night. That being said, I think the best one is honestly Macho Man and Ted DiBiase. So
I was gonna say either that one or what did I saw just a second ago? I know that is the one. Okay, never mind.
So by our math, Macho Man has just completed a three-peat of best matches on WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Can he keep it going? Is he actually even on this card? He is. He was the main event. Oh yeah, this is when the Mega Powers.
Yeah, with Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. All right. Morton Downey Jr. Any relation to Robert Downey Jr.?
Where do you? Oh.
Alrighty. Worst match. We'll start with you, Ark.
Worst in 4.
In 5.
Oh, I just realized this is in Trump Plaza.
That's why he's in the Hall of Fame.
Shit. Fucking Christ! I'm trying to remember these names.
I think I have an idea of what the fucking worst match is, but continue. Oh boy, the Rougeau brothers and the Bushwhackers. Oh boy.
Who now?
Exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was looking at that and I was like, I think it might be those the Bushwhackers.
I mean, nobody really liked the fucking Rougeaus, which I mean, I don't blame them. I don't blame them. And the Bushwhackers were arguably one of the stupidest gimmicks of the 80s, in my opinion. If you resonated with the Bushwhacker, well then that's on you.
The best one would probably. Oh wait, no, you're going.
Who doesn't resonate with the Bushwhackers? You tell me you didn't fucking fling your arms up and down when you walk and lick foreheads of random people?
I can confirm I did not do that. Worst match, in my opinion, I'd say it's probably Terry Taylor and Bobby the Brain Heenan.
I've seen only 3 matches. One of them was Terry Taylor and Heenan, and that was probably the worst one.
All right.
Actually, yeah, Terry Taylor's was pretty not dog hard.
The fucking Red Rooster. Oh, Randy Orton's fucking uncle. I believe he's Randy Orton's uncle.
I don't know.
I think
out of the other 2 matches I've seen, the best one was Rick Rude versus Ultimate Warrior.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
The best one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking too.
Where's that at again?
The IC title.
Oh, right there, I see now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick Rude pinned the Ultimate Warrior to win the title, Intercontinental. Yeah, actually, yeah, now I think about that, that was a pretty good one.
Yeah, so looks like Macho Man's streak is over.
His
like
shit is over.
We're in Toronto, Ontario, Canada for this.
Oh, we're in Toronto.
All right, worst
Wasn't
match.
there one where it might not have been WrestleMania, but I know like the Shawn Michaels was like dissing the shit out of Canada. I was like,
You're gonna have to be more specific.
That was during the Montreal Screwjob storyline, like the.
when he was like, he was talking to, and then one of the parts where apparently they play his theme. I think to scare
I think I know what segment
Shawn
you're talking
Michaels.
about.
The Bret Hart's theme.
Yeah, no, it was a Raw segment, and it was Shawn Michaels who set that all up, and then the most iconic line in history happened. Who's your daddy, Montreal?
Oh yeah.
And it's way later than this because
it's like 05.
Yeah, oh really? Okay, I can't remember when the hell it was.
Shawn would have still been a part of the Rockers at this point.
Yeah, it would have been like 05 because the screw job happened in 97.
Okay. Worst one is definitely. Oh yeah.
It's bad. I want to say the mixed tag match. That's what I'm leaning towards. No offense, Macho Man.
The mixed tag team match was kind of.
It didn't need to exist.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Agreed.
What are you saying?
Agreed.
Yeah, those shit was like
any match on this card.
Best. I'm gonna say it's probably because of nostalgia, and just like people's nostalgia and crap. But I'd probably say it's the main event, Warrior and Hogan, as the best.
Yeah, that does have quite a bit of. Yeah, but I don't know. It does have quite a bit of
a nostalgia.
Yeah.
On to WrestleMania 7 and the debut of The Undertaker.
Oh yeah, I thought that was 7.
For sure seen The Undertaker because back when we had our VPN and we put our Netflix to American Netflix, American Netflix had a documentary called The Undertaker Streak, which had every Undertaker match up till his one where he lost the streak.
Wow.
Yeah, so I pretty much know the ranking of every.
I've seen every single Undertaker match at Mania. That being said, I've only seen I think 2 other matches on this card.
All right, well, let's start with
I've seen 2 other matches on this card.
You would have seen probably the Rockers versus the Barbarian and Haku. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that was on Sean's. I think that's probably Sean's
I'm pretty sure that was on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was on Heartbreak in the documentary.
Yeah,
that he had and that I owned. /own.
I'm looking at this. I have an idea of what the worst is, but I'll let Ark say his piece first.
The worst was. I don't want to say that one because in case
it's your opinion too. Don't forget.
Well, it's just like I said, I haven't seen these in a while, so I don't really remember how the match went.
There are 2 that I would agree with if you said they were the worst, but I'm not going to say what 2.
There's only one I would agree with if you said the worst, because I've only seen 3 of the matches.
I mean,
and I refuse to say that one of the matches is the worst, considering it was actually a really good match.
You talking Taker Snuka?
That is not one of the ones I'm talking now.
Okay. I wouldn't have even put it the worst anyway. But Taker will have one big stinker on this probably.
Right.
That's coming in 2 WrestleManias.
Let's just say
I know exactly who his opponent is too.
Yeah.
One of the worst, I don't know if it'd be considered the worst, but if I remember correctly now how the match went, it wasn't really. It was all right. I don't want to guess here, but just the tag team title, was it? Or I don't know. It was all right, but
yeah, Nasty Boys were never my cup of tea either. So yeah, I'd be.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Nasty Boys
are just nasty.
Exactly. Just nasty.
For me, the worst is probably the blindfold match.
For me, the worst is probably Virgil and Ted DiBiase.
Oh,
that's fair too. I didn't even see that match.
I've seen Virgil and Ted DiBiase because I walked in on Dad watching that WrestleMania, and that was the match I was on. I've seen Taker Snuka, and I've seen Rockers and Barbarian and Haku.
Also, I think an acceptable answer would be the main event as shite.
Oh yeah, Hogan versus Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like their old death threats put towards Sergeant Slaughter during this match? During that?
Yep.
Yep. That being said, we have to pick a best.
Best one from fucking was it 7? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say.
I want to see if we're thinking the same thing.
Let's go through that again. You know what? Actually, no. I thought that said something else. Never mind. I don't know what. I thought that said something else instead of what it's actually saying. So no, I don't really know what the best one would be.
I have one.
Out of the ones I seen, Taker Snuka wasn't the best, so I would have to say it would be the Rockers and Barbarian Haku.
Well, you do the Rockers would always have a good tag match, so that's a fair pick.
Are you thinking what I think you're thinking though?
I'm thinking Warrior and Savage.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, it was shitty because he retired, but I mean that moment of him in
retirement match. Oh fuck!
reuniting. Out of all the cards, out of all the matches on the card, I'd say it's probably the Macho Man one. Alrighty, let's move on to the worst WrestleMania in history.
This is 8. Oh yeah.
No, never mind. This isn't the worst. 9 is the worst. My bad.
Oh, I just realized why you said 9 is the worst. I just scrolled down a little too much. I was like, oh, right. Yeah. Well, this is 8. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Honestly, out of all of these, I don't know if I could pick a worst.
I don't know. This is hard to find what the worst one is.
Actually, no, it's not.
Two. I have seen 2. And it pains me to say this, but the worst would have had to have been Tito Santana and Shawn Michaels.
I disagree, but that's your opinion of the ones you've seen.
I've only seen 2 matches, and the other one I seen was Taker Roberts.
That's fair. Ark, you have a worst because I do.
You literally going to tell you literally think that I would willingly pick a Shawn Michaels match as the worst match on the card?
The one with the IRS is kind of.
I'm half tempted to.
You know, Moon. I would have said there's only one match I would willingly say was a worst pay-per-view match with Shawn Michaels on the card, and that would be SummerSlam.
Oh, yeah.
Michaels took the piss out of that match. And
not only that match, but his match at WrestleMania 9-2 against Tatanka, that was boring.
WrestleMania 9?
Yeah.
Was that his match with Jannetty?
No, his match with Tatanka.
Tatanka, yeah, the Intercontinental Champion title.
Match was shit. You've seen that match. It was on his documentary. You've probably seen the match. It was shit.
I've seen it.
Well, for 8, I'd say one of the worst. I don't know. I didn't really. It wasn't really my pick. So the tag team title.
Yeah.
You know, but and then for
me, the worst is Hulk Hogan and Sid Justice. That match.
Hulk Hogan.
That match is shite.
Yeah, Sid Justice. Yeah.
Yeah, that match is shite. All right, best. There is only two acceptable answers.
Are you talking about Bret Hart versus Roddy Piper?
That is one of the acceptable answers.
Okay.
In my opinion.
And are you talking about The Undertaker versus Jake Roberts, or what's the second one?
That one wasn't bad, but I wouldn't put it as the best.
Okay.
Being as though if I've only seen 2 matches.
Wait a minute. You talking about Savage versus Ric Flair?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those two are actually pretty good, I can't lie.
So, by our math, we have picked Macho Man for the best match at WrestleMania.
This match is so far still belongs to Macho Man.
He has won best match once, twice, 3 times in a row, I'd like to add. 3. I don't remember if we picked him for 5 or not. I don't think we did. We did not pick him for 5. I remember. I don't think we did. No, we picked Warrior Rude. That's right. He was actually part of one of the shinier matches on 6. Came back to be one of the best on 7. And he was one of the best on 8. He was the best match 5 times, if I counted correctly, out of 8. That's... All right, the shitiest WrestleMania.
Oh, yes. Caesar's Palace, Las Vegas.
There were 3 matches I am thinking of as the most shitiest. But I will let you
Well, I already know one of them, I think.
I will let you go first, though, Ark.
Well, as you can tell, the Tatanka versus Shawn Michaels ones is pretty...
Yeah, it is pretty doo-doo.
It's pretty dookie.
It is pretty dookie, I agree.
I don't know how I feel about the tag team title one. I don't know. Champs IRS, I don't know. But that's probably not one.
Hogan and Beefcake, like... Okay, Boomer.
What?
Okay, Boomer. Hulk Hogan and Brutus Beefcake.
But no, worst one is probably the Tatanka versus Shawn Michaels one. At least I'm thinking.
Okay, I'm gonna say it's Undertaker and Giant Gonzalez.
Okay.
I knew Owen would agree. Followed closely by a close second, Hulk Hogan and Yokozuna.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was shite. That was
the best match is Yokozuna and Bret Hart.
I disagree. I'd say the best match is the Steiner brothers and the Head Shrinkers. Because you have Scott Steiner. You have Steiner's 66.3% chance of winning at Sacrifice. I mean, this is before Steiner the mathematician, but...
Before Steiner math became...
Because Steiner math became Steiner math, yes.
Yes.
The numbers don't fucking lie. And they the
numbers don't lie, yes.
They spell fucking disaster.
It was dark times. Tom Brady was still retired. Schools weren't teaching Steiner math.
Schools weren't teaching Steiner math. Yes, a very dark timeline.
Giant Gonzalez wrestled Undertaker.
Giant Gonzalez wrestled the Undertaker. Tried to knock his ass out with chloroform. Oh, iconic streak match.
Oh, that's how took him up. Oh.
All right, WrestleMania 10.
Oh yeah, 10.
Now
there we go.
This one.
Square Garden.
This is gonna be a hard one.
Oh, I just saw.
There are two. There are 2 that you can classify as the best. But first, we gotta talk about the shite. And I know what one is shite in my opinion.
Been on the mission in Quebecers, obviously.
Actually, yes, that is the one that I think is shite.
Yeah, I was looking at the middle one. I was like, yeah, the Quebecers.
Okay, so we all agree that the worst match is the tag title match. Okay, now here comes the best. I want to see if we all agree on the best, though.
Shawn Michaels versus Ramon.
Yeah. Or Owen and Brett.
Owen and Brett's a close second.
But I'm gonna say
Owen and Brett's a very close second, but the number one probably be what you say.
Ramon. Yeah. That
is one of the most iconic matches in Mania history.
It is. Agreed.
It is.
No, it is
the best Intercontinental title match of all time.
Oh, dude, didn't Shawn Michaels land off of a friggin' ladder on his nuts?
Yep.
He racked his nuts on the fucking. Oh no!
And that is the match that started the iconic hitting your nuts on the ladder spot.
Mm-hmm.
It was also one of the first ever ladder matches, which was hilarious.
Yeah. Alrighty, numero WrestleMania 11.
Yes. I thought that said Lex Luthor. I was like, what?
I'm gonna straight up say it. The worst match was Lawrence Taylor and Bam Bam Bigelow.
I am honestly inclined to agree with that.
And the best match is obviously Razor Ramon versus J.E. Double F.
JARRETT?
Double T. Yeah, I don't think that's actually the best match. I just wanted to do the whole Jeff Jarrett Bolt the name thing.
Honestly, I'd almost agree with you. It's either it'd have to be that or Diesel and Shawn.
It would be that or Diesel and Michaels.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree.
Honestly.
Chalk 2 up for the bad guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, the worst match is obviously Lawrence. Like, you don't even have to think.
I'm giving the IC and WWF title a tie for first.
Alrighty. We're here at WrestleMania 12. I know what the worst match is. I want to hear what you guys have to say, though.
The worst one you said?
Yes, sir.
Ultimate Warrior and Hunter Hearns Helmsley.
That is exactly where I was going with that, yes.
Yeah, I was like, I looked him over real quick, and I was like,
yeah, you know, like, yeah.
He no-sold the pedigree back when it was still the spike to the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just fucking got up Warrior, splashed him, and yep. And depending what era you talk to Triple H in, it was either the best experience of his life or the fucking worst.
Ultimate Warrior gets spiked on his head, stands up, starts hulking up like, yeah, I drank rocket fuel before this match, let's fucking go.
Rocket fuel!
You said the just of the rocket fuel! Oh, that hurts to do. Oh, fuck.
Okay, that was you said the worst one was, which one?
We're saying it's Warrior and Hunter Hearns Helmsley.
Warrior and Hunter Helmsley. Okay, Triple H.
We're better known as the Game. We're better known as the King of Kings. We're better known as the Cerebral Assassin. We're better known as the biggest schnoz in the game.
The best match belongs to the 60-minute Iron Man match.
I was gonna say that, or maybe even the Hollywood Backlot Brawl. That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
If you're going for for pure shenanigans, it's Roddy Piper and Goldust. If you're going pure wrestling, it's the 60-minute. The boyhood dream has come true for Shawn Michaels.
I kind of want to say the Hollywood Backlot Brawl just because, but I don't know.
Okay, on to WrestleMania 13 when they forgot how to use Roman numerals.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And then immediately remembered. From Mania 14, which is weird. Like, why is it 13 and then XIV? Like, what?
Alrighty. What do you got? Rocky Maivia. Man, too bad he never became anything.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. I have an idea of what the worst is and what the best is.
Yeah.
But I'll let you go first, Darky boy.
Because the worst one, or at least like the least good one. Anyways,
in my opinion, there is only one, maybe two.
Are you thinking? Oh, I don't know.
I've only seen like I think 2 matches on the
13. I don't remember too much of either, but 13, I do remember.
I think you mean forgettable WrestleMania.
Yes.
In a sense, yes.
Very forgettable card for an Attitude Era card.
Are you talking about Rocky versus the Sultan?
I would say that's the worst.
I disagree. It's the worst, but I'd accept that answer.
Okay.
The worst is Undertaker and Sid. Let's be real.
That's not for the best.
Are you fucking stupid?
No, I've only seen 2 matches, and I hated the Maivia and Stalin match.
Stalin?
The best match on the fucking card is the double turn. Bret Hart and Stone Cold, you dumb shits.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that one for the best, but
What?
Bret Hart.
What? We're gonna drink the Steve Weisers. We're gonna go straight to Saudi Arabia, and we're gonna give him a Stone Cold Stunner. What?
Wait, is WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia?
No.
I thought it was in Houston.
Are you talking about submission match?
We have a problem. Yeah.
I'm waiting for the day Mania is in Saudi Arabia, though.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, it's the submission match.
Alrighty. WrestleMania 14.
Where they remembered how to use Roman numerals.
Boston.
In Boston, Massachusetts.
In Boston.
In
Boston, Massachusetts. And what?
Boston, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, I've seen this entire show, but like I only remember like maybe 4 matches from this.
There are 2.
I remember 3 for sure, and I kind of remember Triple H and Owen Hart.
Honestly, I'd say there's only one obvious for a bad one. You could go anywhere else for best. Best is a matter of opinion, I'd say.
Yeah.
Out of the 4 I've seen, the worst I watched was I remember is Triple H Owen Hart.
Okay, that's fair. Ark?
Because the other ones I remember are the dumpster match, Taker Kane, and Austin Michaels.
What?
The last, or the shittiest one
is yourself.
Damn.
Nibba. Damn.
We are the nation of penetration.
We are the nation of penetration.
That wouldn't be the dumpster match, no? I don't know.
That was a good match. For
a good match? I remember which one that was. Oh, wait, no, that's the one with Terry Funk. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a good match for a tag match during the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Especially,
yeah.
In my opinion, there's only one.
Are you thinking, like, Mark Murrow?
Yeah. It's Mark Maris and Sable versus Goldust and Lana. Or Luna. Alright.
Yeah.
As for the best, what are we thinking?
Best? Oh, the cream of the crop.
I am thinking that the best match belongs to
What?
Shawn Michaels. What?
Did you say what and Shawn Michaels?
What? Yeah, I agree. It's the Steve Weisers and the Heartburn Kid.
Heartburn Kid.
with Mike Tyson ringside.
Mike Tyson, yeah.
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson, his favorite band is Kiss.
His favorite band is Kiss. I think we're all unanimously agreeing. So, WrestleMania 15.
Yeah.
What? Alright. Worst match. There are 2.
Which one's this? This is what? 12? No,
14 or 15.
You know,
there are 3. There are 3.
I'm just gonna say what the worst match is, and if you disagree, you're wrong. It was Taker and Big Boss Man.
I actually somewhat agree. It was either that or Butterbean and Bart Gunn.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though, Butterbean.
As for the
argument, it's fucking Butterbean.
Alright.
Hell in a Cell, Undertaker versus Big Boss Man was kind of. Nah.
Well, the most iconic thing of that was Undertaker fucking hanging Boss Man from the cell.
The worst part is Undertaker hung Big Boss Man and he was back on TV the next day like nothing happened.
At least when AJ Styles got buried in the Boner Yard match, we didn't see him for like a month.
We didn't see him for months.
No, it was only about a month.
I thought it was like 2 to 3.
But I will say, we didn't see John Cena for almost a year and a half after the Firefly Funhouse match. That's long-term.
Okay, so we're saying...
Worst is...
Which one's worst?
Taker, Boss Man.
Okay,
the
best one would
I'm
be...
going to say is Shane McMahon and X-Pac.
I'm going to say is Rock and Austin.
What?
If this is the match I think it was, I remember it was, Kane versus Triple H was not too...
Okay,
so if it's what I remember,
we all disagree. That's okay. Honestly, I'd say 15.
Match,
15 is the weakest of all of the encounters of Triple H, of Shawn Michaels, or of Steve Austin and The Rock. That's why I didn't pick it. And Shane McMahon X-Pac was actually pretty decent. WrestleMania 2000, where the gimmick was a McMahon in every corner in the main event.
Jesus Christ.
As for the worst, what are we feeling?
Terry and the Cat.
Terry and the Cat?
Yep.
Alright. arc.
I want to say Terry beat the cat, but
All right,
I
yeah,
don't know.
I'm also kind of somewhat in agreement of that being the worst.
Yeah.
It's either that or the fucking main event.
Yeah, the main event was kind of.
And as for the best, there is only one correct answer, and that is the IC and European Championship matches.
The IC title triple threat between Jericho,
Yeah,
Benoit,
Jericho,
and Angle,
yeah.
The IC and
Benoit.
European. The IC and European,
No,
yeah.
the IC European title matches, between Kurt Angle, Chris Jericho, and Nazen.
Yeah. Name redacted.
Kurt Angle, Chris Jericho, and who?
Name redacted.
Yeah,
all right, you can't say his name.
Yeah, no, right.
Yeah,
name redacted.
Yeah,
Name redacted.
We're on to WrestleMania X7, the most overrated WrestleMania in history. I said what I said.
It is the one with. Okay, yep. Okay, yeah, this is the one I think I remember.
I'm just gonna straight up say it. I think that the worst match is the TLC triple. No,
I agree. No, I'm kidding.
No, the worst match is APA and Taz versus the Right to Censure.
I'm gonna say the worst match is probably the Hardcore Championship match for the simple fact that almost cut power to the whole show.
Yes, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. The Hardcore Championship match may have been bad, but at least you didn't have to hear.
Yes, but if you're watching it back on DVR, you don't have to listen to it. So,
time to watch DVR.
I say Hardcore Title's the worst match.
I say your mom's the worst match.
I say your mom's the worst match.
Yo, so we agree.
Or even the Gimmick Battle Royal. I can understand why you'd say that's the worst.
I was just about to mention the Gimmick Battle Royal.
I can understand why you'd say
the Iron Sheik. So is it really the worst if it had Iron Sheik?
Best match. There are three.
Best match would be,
there are three.
Yeah, there's quite a few I'm looking at right now.
The best match, honestly, I legitimately cannot decide the best match between Zayn and Vince, the triple threat TLC, and Hogan and Hogan and Austin and Rock.
Switch Austin and The Rock for Angle and Name Redacted for me. I can't pick between them.
Triple H was pretty good too.
I can't pick. I can't fucking pick the best. It is arguably one of the most overhyped WrestleManias, but it is fucking good.
One of the most overhyped WrestleManias, but it had a pretty good card.
But if I'm holding a gun to your head, pick one. It's life or death. Yes,
Angle versus Name Redacted.
TLC triple threat.
TLC triple threat. I'm gonna go TLC triple threat as well.
Okay.
Alrighty, WrestleMania 18, where they forgot Roman numerals again.
Yeah, we got Roman numerals again. Yes.
No. They forgot about them in WrestleMania 17 because it was X7 and now it's X8. They just gave up.
Right. It's when they were edgy. You're right. It's when they were edgy.
Yeah. It's when they gave. They didn't even forget. They just gave up.
And then they go back to Roman numerals and they're like, "What the fuck?"
Yup.
Yeah.
WrestleMania was weird.
Man, 10 times was scary.
You know what I'm gonna say right here, right now? Worst match was the Hardcore title match, Maven and Goldust.
All right. I'm gonna say the worst match was Steve Austin and Scott Hall. R.I.P. to the legend, but like.
Yeah, R.I.P. Steve Austin.
Fuck.
R.I.P. Steve Austin's career.
Sorry. Yeah, because he's returning for fucking Saudi blood money. What?
What?
Yeah.
What?
And for the best, there's only one answer, right? It's Kurt Angle and Kane.
I think.
Yeah, it's Kurt Angle and Kane, right? No, obviously it's The Rock and Hogan.
Obviously DDP and Christian.
Hey, that actually wasn't a bad match.
That actually was. Yeah, I was gonna say that actually wasn't a bad match.
Honestly, Jericho and Triple H.
Yeah, if you're stupid.
Yeah, no,
it was Rock and Hogan. Come on.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Edge and Booker T.
Oh, for the shampoo commercial. That was my favorite match. All right. WrestleMania 19.
Booger T.
Okay.
Worst match out of all these promising matches.
Oh boy.
Hogan Vince.
I disagree.
It's toss up between Hogan Vince and the Taker one, but I didn't mind the Taker one, so Hogan Vince.
I still disagree. There is one obviously worse one on this card.
You're gonna say fucking Jericho, not
No.
Jericho Hardy, Matt Hardy and Mysterio.
No.
Too.
It's fucking Triple H and Booker T.
I know.
Man gets pedigreed, and Triple H doesn't move for a fucking minute, and then lazily covers him and still gets a fucking 3 count.
Mm-hmm.
Said the greatest move, the greatest Triple H moment ever is the time he was tagging with Shawn Michaels or against Shawn Michaels. He gets hit with the move and he's just standing there for like 5 minutes. Shawn Michaels is trying to blow him down.
He just blows him and then he punk. That is funny.
Shawn Michaels trying to blow him down, like looking so confused and starting to blow to knock him down.
All right, Ark, what do you say the worst match is?
The worst? I mean, the best one or the worst?
Did you say your worst, or did you agree with me that it was Triple H and Booker T?
Yeah, the Booker T and Triple H one was kind of
best.
Booker T.
I think there's
Jericho
only 2.
Michaels.
Yeah, it's either that or Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle.
See, it would be Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle if Brock Lesnar didn't almost fucking kill himself.
But that's what makes it so memorable. Well, that and all the fucking all the fucking riffs on YouTube would be like
Kurt Angle for me. Lesnar Kurt Angle for me.
That and all the rips. Bork Laser versus Kurt Angle. All the rips on YouTube because of copyright. Oh, mwah. I'd say it's a tie between Kurt Angle and Lesnar and Shawn in the I Just Love Rock and Roll.
Yeah.
We're here at WrestleMania 20 and the debut of the biggest face of the company for a decade plus.
Oh, fuck, I realized, that he comes in here.
All right. Worst match.
That being said, it would be the Cruiserweight title match.
Let me find the Cruiserweight title.
Worst one is...
Okay, no, it's not the Cruiserweight. There is one obvious worst one, and you're an idiot.
What one? What one?
Goldberg and Lesnar.
Oh, yeah.
That was a shit.
Yeah, Steve Austin was the referee, remember?
Yeah, I forgot. I thought we were on 19 still. I thought we were on 19.
Oh.
Yeah, no. Goldberg Lesnar. Yeah. No, I thought
that match got booed out of the fucking building.
Yep. And the top one was...
No. Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
I disagree.
They're one-on-one match. They're one-on-one match for the World Heavyweight title.
Haha, I agree, but no, I disagree actually. I think the best.
You taught me anything.
I was the only one who liked the Christian versus Chris Jericho one.
That was a good one.
It was a good one. I
WWE 2K15 taught me anything is that Triple H versus Shawn Michaels was a one-on-one match at WrestleMania 20.
It was. It's true.
Ooh, I just realized Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle.
I think that's the best one in my opinion.
Yeah, I just saw that. I was like, whoa, hold on.
Yeah, I'd say it's Eddie and Kurt Angle. Moving on to WrestleMania 21.
A lie, a cheat, a steal.
And they forgot how to use Roman numerals again.
Damn it! Right as they stand, what do I see the first one? Mysterio beat Eddie Guerrero.
Honestly, it's gonna be hard to pick a fucking best, but there is one obvious worst, and that is Big Show and Akibono.
That's the worst one?
That is the worst one.
Yeah.
The best one is Eugene versus Hassan.
Oh yeah, actually it is. Kidding.
No, the best one is honestly, I would say either John Cena, JBL, Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels, or the Money in the Bank match.
It's either Ray or Eddie, Taker Orton, Angle Michaels, or the Money in the Bank. I can't pick between them.
I'm thinking in between Taker and Orton or Angle and Michaels.
That's fair.
I like those two. Oh, fuck yeah.
I'd say it's Angle. I'd say it's maybe Angle and Michaels.
I'll go with Angle and
but
Michaels.
To this date, as of to this point in time, Orton was Taker's best streak match, in my opinion.
Disagree.
It has to be up there.
It's up there. It's definitely up there.
But it's not the best.
What do you think is the best then? Up to 2005.
Shawn Michaels is up to 2000. Up to 2000.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you meant up to a current date. Remember?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant in all of his streak matches. Okay, never mind. Yeah, up to that date, it was probably that one.
Yeah,
that or the Triple H one.
Yeah. All right.
Batista beat Triple H. I just remembered that too.
Thumbs down, baby.
Next one. Anyway.
Worst.
Oh, wait, we're at 22 now?
Yes.
Uh,
I have an idea of what
Honestly?
the worst one is.
Honestly, not gonna lie to you. It would have to be James Stratus. Like, it's a great match and all, but like too much controversy surrounding it.
I 100% disagree.
It would either be that one or the tag title match.
I still disagree.
What, you gonna say fucking Edge Foley or something?
No. It's fucking the Boogeyman versus Booker T and Sharmell.
I was just about to say, wouldn't that be like Boogeyman and
I never
Sharmell?
seen that
Boogeyman
match,
Team
so, like,
Sharmell?
Yeah, no, that
Never
is the
seen that
fucking
match, like-
worst. As for the
Yeah,
best,
the match kind of
as for the best, I would say either Son
Ooh.
Vince or Edge Foley.
I'm gonna respect the crowning achievement and the legacy of Mr. Viva La Rosa, and I'm gonna say it's Mysterio, Angel, and Orton.
yeah, Mysterio.
See, no,
Angle.
we're all wrong. It's obviously the Playboy
Yeah.
pillow fight.
Oh yeah, you're right. It is the play. No, in the perfect world, it is the Playboy pillow fight.
Yes.
WrestleMania 23.
Yes. Ford Field, Detroit.
Obviously, the worst match. The worst match is obviously Taker Batista, right?
Honestly, I think you're right.
Which one?
No.
Oh,
The worst.
Undertaker versus Batista, you said?
Ollie Kane.
Yeah,
Okay, I was gonna say,
Coley Kane. It's Coley Kane.
Is that a joke or no?
No, it is
No.
legitimately Coley versus Kane.
Colley's
For
Kane's
me-
match was very.
As for the best,
I would say
the face that runs the
Personally-
place, the champ that ran the camp.
personally it's a toss-up between
It's Cena and Michaels,
Benoit
in my
and-
opinion.
I was going to say it's between
Oh, I thought you were
Benoit
gonna-
MVP and Cena Michaels.
I thought you were gonna say Donald Trump's hair versus McMahon's hair for a second.
Hey, that wasn't a bad match in concept.
Yeah, I know. That's
It's
just.
a better segment than it was a match.
Yeah, it was a better segment
I
than
like
match.
that. No, I'm saying it because I like that match. The match was funny.
It was
Buzzy.
Santino.
Hey, where we at now? We're gonna.
You still haven't picked the best match, really, or is Donald
Oh,
Trump
yeah.
here? Or is Donald Trump your best match?
Yeah.
No, I just.
I'd say it's Juan Sanchez and the Heartburn Kid.
It's either that one or I did like. I also did like the Undertaker versus Batista. so.
Yeah, I'd say either of the world title matches were probably the best.
Yeah, those are both two very good.
And now we're back to Roman numerals with WrestleMania 24.
Fuck,
We
gotta keep that
remembered how
together.
Roman numerals worked again, didn't it?
Hell yeah.
I would say personally the worst match would be either the Belfast Brawl or Batista and Umaga.
I honestly fucking agree. The worst match is Kane and Chavo. That shit ended in like 18 seconds.
Oh yeah.
I have not seen that match, so I can't comment on
Kane
it.
versus Chavo.
Either that or Floyd Mayweather versus Big Show.
That was more so Floyd Mayweather being like, "You fast, but not fast enough," and then getting knocked out.
You were not
And then winning the match
fast
somehow.
enough.
Like that match is basically just like Floyd Mayweather getting knocked out and then saying, "Oh no, you ain't fast enough," and then winning somehow.
As for the best match,
There, Michaels.
What did you just say?
it's
Flair,
either
Shawn
Flair
Michaels.
Michaels or
Flair and
Taker
Michaels.
Edge.
Oh, okay.
I'm going Flair and Michaels.
Yeah, it's either
All
It's either Flair and Michaels or
all
Undertaker and Edge.
respect
To be honest.
agreed.
All respect to the Flair and Edge match, Taker and Edge match, but Flair and Michaels was just like the ultimate better match because there was more meaning behind it than a world title.
Yeah, but it was streak versus title. It doesn't get bigger than
but
that.
It was, yeah, but like the fucking
And okay, I'd like to just add this. I'd just like to add this. Ric Flair didn't even fucking retire after this match. He retired in WWE. They went to go wrestle in TNA for like 5 years.
This is true.
So it was his WWE retirement match, not his fucking
That
retirement
doesn't
match.
change the fact that it had the most iconic WrestleMania moments in it.
That's a
Shawn
lie.
Michaels through
Bunny
teary
Mania.
eyes.
Bunny Mania had the best
That's it.
moments.
Yeah, you're right. Bad Bunny's Canadian Destroyer to John Morrison. You're right.
All right. We're on the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania.
You know when it made sense to not use Roman numerals for the first time?
I'd also
Yes.
like to add that it actually wasn't the 25th anniversary. It was the 24th.
Yep.
Just an interesting factoid if you didn't know that. As for the worst match, it's obviously the Divas Battle Royal, right?
Talks to what?
It's the Divas Battle Royal, right? That is the worst match. Can we agree on that?
Best winner, worst match, yes.
Yeah, the one where Santina Morella won the
Battle
worst.
Royale,
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
As for the best, we already know what Owen's going to say. So, Owen, shut the fuck up. Me and Ark are going to talk.
What?
Is it bad that I kind of want to say either the champion match or Extreme Rules?
The Hardys match was good.
I like the Hardy's match. That shit was kind of, yeah.
What do you mean you know what I'm going to say?
You're going to say it's Undertaker and Shawn Michaels.
No!
Oh, wait. Actually, legit?
No, I prefer their other meeting. The one where it was like streak versus career.
Okay, so what do you think's the best on 25 then?
I personally think it was Cena and Edge and Big So.
Ooh, that's a good
That
one.
is an iconic double AA. I'll give you that. I'm thinking either the world title match or the Jericho match.
Jericho and the Three Legends was comedic.
But I would like to state this. Him and Ricky Steamboat fucking put on a match. And Ricky Steamboat was like fucking 60 at that point.
Okay, yeah, I kind of want to
If you
finish on one
didn't
now.
have the context for the storyline, the match was just confusing.
Well, it's because the original plans got canceled because it was supposed to be Mickey Rourke versus Chris Jericho, but
Because what?
it was supposed to originally actually be Mickey Rourke versus Chris Jericho. But because they can't
Mickey Rourke is... Who's Mickey Rourke again?
He was the actor who played the wrestler in The Wrestler. Like the main character in The Wrestler. But because of Oscar hype, they didn't want him to do it. Interesting fact. All right, we're on to WrestleMania 26. From here to now, it's going to be easy to pick because we probably remember most of these matches.
Yeah.
That being
Is it
said,
2010? Yeah.
Yeah. That being said, the worst match is Streak versus Career.
I will go down there. I'll kick you through that fucking garage door if you don't change your answer to Triple H and Sheamus right now.
I actually don't even think it's Triple H and Sheamus, though.
Oh?
As the worst.
It would be either
It's Bret Hart and Vince. It's Bret Hart and Vince.
Oh, I completely forgot about that match. Yeah, the only good match Bret Hart had in his return to WWE was the fucking
Miz won for the United States champion.
And the Survivor Series one.
Yeah.
Team Cena versus Nexus.
The wrong team won, though, but that is besides the point.
The worst one is the worst one's probably
Bret.
You being a keyboard tough guy?
What?
You being a keyboard tough guy?
No.
Stop threatening people, you bully.
I'm threatening my own brother.
Jeez.
Okay then.
That just happened. I'd also accept the worst match being Vicky Guerrero, Michelle McCool, Layla Maurice, and Alicia Fox, and Mickey James, Beth Phoenix, Kelly Kelly, Eva Marie, and Gail Kim.
I legitimately think it's that woman's one. I don't know why I said Triple H Sheamus. I mean, that match was mediocre.
It wasn't bad. Their Extreme Rules match was better, though.
Yes.
Yes, we all know that the best match was Streak versus Career.
I actually disagree.
I would go down there and kick you through the garage door.
I think Chris Jericho and Edge was a really good match. Very highly underrated on this Mania.
Oh, Jericho and Edge? They said Jericho and Edge?
If it didn't have the same narrative, it wouldn't be Shawn Michaels and Undertaker. I'd pick Jericho and Edge, but because of narrative, it is Shawn. It's the Heartburn Kid and the Dead Man. Finally, the first WrestleMania without Shawn Michaels. Maybe this one will be actually good. Worst match on the card. Can we all agree the worst card on this match is Michael Cole and Jerry the King Lawler?
Worst card on this match?
Yes.
No.
Worst match on this card.
No.
Okay.
I think I know which one you're going to say.
Which one do you think I'm going to say?
Snooki and Trish Stratus and John Morrison versus... Oh, wow. Okay, what the fuck do you think the worst is then?
Ed Dario.
I disagree. I'd say Miz and Cena's more of a worse match than Edge and Del Rio.
Yeah, but this is the match that forced Edge into retirement for like 10 years.
It was before that, but yes.
Very much of a disappointing final match. Just saying.
Yes, but he had his comeback run, so with that being in hindsight, I won't say that's the
I
worst.
still think it's the worst match. That's why I think it's the worst match, because it took 10 years away from Edge's career.
I still say it will not beat the bullshit that was Michael Cole and Jerry the King Lawler.
I found it was funny. I found it kind of funny.
But it obviously had the best guest referee. What?
Best match was Orton and Punk.
Yes.
Taker Hunter.
Best match? You said Orton's Punk?
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Worst main event in WrestleMania history might just be Miz and Cena. Might. Alrighty.
So where are we at now?
WrestleMania 28, once in a lifetime, until it was
The Sun Life
until
Stadium?
it wasn't.
This-
We're
this
in
just
Miami,
over.
Florida, baby.
Same as Daniel Bryan.
You're saying that is the worst match?
Yep.
I am 100% disagreeing.
What, you gonna say it's Team fucking Johnny versus Team Teddy?
It's either that or fucking Kelly and Marina Menounos versus Beth Phoenix and Eve Torres.
I was inclined to say Kelly versus Marina. Yeah.
It has to be one of those fucking two because
Yeah, it's one of those two.
because John Laurinaitis was one of the worst fucking power characters in fucking history.
The best was obviously Hornswoggle.
Obviously.
You know, the anonymous Raw GM?
Yes, I know. As for the best,
Wasn't like the anonymous Raw GM supposed to be Bischoff?
I
It was
think
originally
so.
supposed to.
I
It
think
was really
so.
supposed to be like this big name
Mhm.
twist, and then they couldn't get them.
Yeah, it was. I don't remember who it was supposed to be. You can go many ways with best match. There are three that I think could hold the moniker of best. I'm gonna say the best though was Punk Jericho.
Oh yeah.
Only because I'm not giving it to which Owen might, which is fine if he does, but I'm not giving it to Undertaker and Triple H because they said it was gonna be an end of an era and no era ended that night. Same reason why I'm not giving the best match Rock and Cena because it wasn't once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Right. The anonymous Raw GM was supposed to be Kevin Nash, but
Yes.
due to him still being under contract with TNA when the reveal was supposed to happen.
Total nonstop action. I'd say the best match is Punk Jericho. It had the best storytelling going into the whole thing, so.
Obviously, this Team Teddy versus Team Johnny would have been way better if Team Teddy had an Undertaker because
you're about to go one-on-one. You're about to go one-on-one with a tag team match against the Undertaker.
This is going to be a tag team match where you go one-on-one with the Undertaker.
Player. Alrighty. WrestleMania 29, CM Punk's last WrestleMania. What is the worst match on this card? And if you don't say it's Alberto Del Rio and Jack Swagger, you are honestly wrong.
Yeah. No, I disagree.
What do you think is worse?
Mark Henry and Ryback.
That is fair, but I am still saying it is Del Rio and Swagger.
Oof.
That is fair. I never
The
liked
Mark Henry Ryback one was pretty bad, I'll tell you what.
Which kind of fucking sucks, because Mark Henry was always so good. Mark
Yeah.
Henry is arguably one of the most underrated fucking superstars in history.
Oh, definitely.
Fucking Ryback. Go back to TikTok eating fucking bags of chips, you asshole.
Me more.
Me more. I kind of want to say Mark Henry versus Ryback because, like, it really, like you said, it was making. Yeah. What the fuck is?
What
is he doing?
What? You're weird.
All I hear is.
Oh my god! I almost spit out my
I
drink.
wasn't even doing that. I was saying feed over and over again in the Ryback thing, but I was doing the whole feed. It was doing the whole like feed me more, but instead of me more, I just continued saying feed over and over and over and over.
Oh shit. All right, we gotta crown a best match, and I think there's only 3 to look at, and it's the last 3 matches on the card.
Oh,
I think, because I mean, it was cool that the Shield had their first WrestleMania moment, but they beat a bunch of no names and Randy Orton.
Yeah, but like
I was looking at like Kane, Dan O'Brien versus.
That wasn't a bad match.
Yeah,
but like Triple H, Brock Lesnar.
I'm gonna give it Taker CM Punk. Honestly,
Oh, you mean the match that stopped CM Punk from getting the WrestleMania main event that he deserved?
No, the match that stopped them was WWE booking
with
Cena Rock. Instead, it should have been a triple threat.
I'm gonna give it to Fruity Pebbles and Dwayne the Walk Johnson.
Understandable.
Also, fun fact about WrestleMania 29. This is the first and only time Chris Jericho ever wanted to refuse to put over an opponent.
Oh, really?
Yep, because Fandango never had a single match prior to this, and he said,
"Oh
it
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
he's
It
right.
wouldn't make sense for him. It wouldn't make sense for him to lose storyline perspective, talking wise, to someone who's never even had a match yet."
All right, worst match on this card: WrestleMania 30
Worst match
or
on Mania
WrestleMania
30.
porno.
Daniel Bryan, Triple H.
I would say the Divas Invitational. No offense to AJ Lee or anything, but no.
Yeah, the Divas. I'm gonna come over and I'm
This was literally WWE feeding into the fucking crybaby marks who were like, "Oh, but Daniel Bryan."
I honestly half expected somebody to say the worst match on this card was Lesnar and Undertaker just because the streak ended. I was half tempted. I thought somebody was going to say it.
I was half tempted to say that, actually, now that you, like, to be honest, but I don't know.
The only thing that bugs me about the match is who won. Because Brock Lesnar did not need it.
No.
But that's just me.
There's no minor champion defended on this card.
No. And actually, I don't even know what the fuck the best match would even be. Because Cena and Wyatt sucks.
100%. It's Cesaro versus Andre.
Yeah, Cesaro winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Honestly, you wouldn't be half off.
Yeah, this is a big show.
Moon. This that you have here only goes to Mania 32.
Oh shit, does it actually?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll just Google Mania's 33 through 30.
Yeah, we'll just Google that afterwards, yeah.
Yeah, we'll just Google Mania's 33 through 38. Because 39's happening in 2 weeks, right?
Oh yeah, 39's happening this year, yeah.
I think 38's happening this year.
Is it 38?
Really?
Or is it 39?
Well, they call it 39, but I think it's 38, yeah.
I think it's 38 or 30.
It's not 37. 37 was definitely the pandemic one. So I think last year was 38.
38's this year.
Oh, okay. Okay, so 36 was the pandemic one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 38 happening this year. Okay. So we'll go.
37 was the one where they used the arena they wanted to for the
pandemic. Raymond J. Stadium, home of the Tampa Bay, the Super Bowl winning Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And now the Tom Brady rehabbing. Because
is it bad that I don't think there is a best match on this card?
No, but if we had to pick one, I would say Cena Wyatt.
If I had to pick one, if I had to pick one, I'd say the Shield versus Kane and the New Age Outlaws.
You mean the Old Age Outlaws?
Yeah, and for one reason only, I pick it. Roman Reigns. We'll hit him with a triple power bomb.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Because I could have.
The normal one is called a triple power bomb. So if we hit 2 people with it, it's a
double triple power bomb.
During that entire segment, it was like fucking Ambrose and Roman are like the kids, and Rollins is just trying to be the mom playing along.
Actually, no, my favorite one from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome WrestleMania.
It was Hulk Hogan's promo fucking up the arena name.
I was gonna say I liked Daniel Bryan versus Triple H.
It was New Day versus. It was obviously the New Day versus Stone Cold.
Oh, yes, obviously.
Yeah.
Alrighty. WrestleMania 31 from Levi Stadium. This WrestleMania had the best moment in WrestleMania history.
That's true.
As for best match...
Worst match first?
Or worst match, yeah. I'm gonna say it's Undertaker and Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
I was thinking that as
It was
well.
either that or AJ and Paige versus the Bella Twins, because I just can't stand the fucking Bellas. As for
not for the best one.
The best one, I want to say it's Cena Rusev.
Cena and Rusev, I mean?
Yeah, that's what I want to say.
I disagree. I would say it's either the Intercontinental Champion ladder match or the main event.
And the only reason why people like the main event is because Seth Rollins cashed in.
I liked it going up, and I liked the entire match.
I'm saying Cena and Rusev because Rusev and Lana had sex in the tank.
That was pretty cool.
That is a true story.
I like that. That was cool going in the tank like that. That was pretty cool.
That is a true story.
But it has to be Orton versus Rollins.
That had the best fucking RKO in history.
Oh yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying.
He fucking jumped off of Orton to go for like an epic curb stomp, but Orton was like the RKO.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. That
I don't think that people are saying that that's the match to start of the RKO out of nowhere, because in my opinion, it was probably the Evan Bourne versus Orton match.
No, I 100% actually disagree. It was WrestleMania 27, Punk and Orton. When Punk went to a springboard and he got hit with an RKO.
I'm pretty sure the catching the airborne was done before.
Nope, it was done after it.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure the thing that started it was the CM Punk and Randy Orton match.
I think so.
But I don't agree that it started with this match, but I agree that it really became like mainstream RKO out of fucking nowhere with the Seth Rollins match. That's when like the internet really grasped onto it and shit. All right, WrestleMania 32, the worst WrestleMania that I ever watched, in my opinion.
The worst one would be
The Rock and Eric Rowan. It was The Rock and Eric Rowan is the worst match because it was 3 seconds and didn't need to happen. If I had to pick an actual match, I'm picking the League of Nations versus the New Day.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yep.
And the best match on the card is Chris Jericho and AJ Styles. I will not hear anything else of it.
Taker saying.
You're only saying that because Shane McMahon did a stupid and jumped off of a cell.
No, I'm just saying that because it's a good match. And Shane McMahon did a stupid and jumped off the cell.
I'm inclined to say Jericho and AJ as well.
Yeah. All right. Time to Google WrestleMania 33's card.
Time for you to stream on the match.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you gonna stream that, or we're just gonna go over?
I can stream it.
I was gonna say, you going to stream that, or you're going to force us to Google that shit too. Obviously, the worst match would have to be the fucking Ronda Rousey and The Rock versus Stephanie and.
That wasn't even a match. That was an in-ring segment. And that was at WrestleMania 31.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it was at 33.
No, it was at 31 because it was after Triple H beat
maybe. I don't know.
Beat what's his face? Sting. The Stinker.
Stinksky.
The Stinksky.
Stinkskadoo. Sting.
Where's the actual fucking card?
Why not just Google match card?
I did. The first thing it brought me to is the fucking Wiki. Here we go.
Here we go.
This one's pre-show. These three are pre-show. So we will eliminate these three.
Okay, so from 4 to 13.
4 to 13, yeah.
I don't know. I would say the pre-show had the best match.
You thinking Neville Aries?
I'm thinking Neville Aries.
You're thinking Neville Aries.
For the best, not the worst. The best.
Oh, okay. Well, worse. Well, you know what? Whatever. We'll look at the whole card as a whole. But the worst match is Roman Reigns and The Undertaker. I don't give a shit.
Yes, I 100%.
Yeah, that was.
It's either that or Mojo Rawley and Jinder or the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Yeah, but like the Gronk, so like it was Roman.
Yeah.
As
No, the worst was probably
also
Reigns. And
even
Undertaker,
even
yeah.
the worst, I'd even accept the worst saying Brock Lesnar and fucking Goldberg again.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, now for the best one would be.
No Warriors.
Okay. I was gonna say
I
like.
think the best one's John Cena and Nikki Bella versus The Miz and Maurice.
My favorite part about that entire storyline was Dean Ambrose mistaking Maurice and The Miz for John Cena and Nikki Bella.
No, honestly, the best match, which should have been for the Universal title, I think is Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Wasn't it originally supposed to be for both?
No, it was originally. Well, it was either supposed to be originally for both or just the Universal, and they were supposed to main event.
I'm pretty sure Jericho said that on
It was either supposed to be for both
podcast.
or just the Universal, and they were supposed to main event.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that was and he said that on the Smoke Skull Assassins.
Alrighty.
You know, the Smoke Skull Assassins that broke the internet because oh my god, AEW on the WWE Network.
234.
The WrestleMania was one of the weirdest stages in history.
It did have a weird stage. This is actually.
Oh, wait a minute. Was this? Oh, damn, that's pretty cool. Okay. Oh, you're on the actual.
What? Cena?
No one there. There's fucking no one there. There's just a gap. There is a random pointless gap in the fucking post.
Oh, hey, look, Robert Roode.
It's the cutout. It's the cutout. There's nobody there.
You're right.
I don't know why the post-credit scene in the Suicide Squad had nothing there. Like, it was just
I know, it was really disappointing.
Man, Whoa. Anyways. Okay.
Actually, holy shit.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay. Well, it's not gonna be anything on the pre-show. We can pretty much get rid of all that shit.
The only good match to ever exist on a WrestleMania pre-show would be the fucking Neville and Aries match.
Alrighty, worst match on this card.
I would say that would be. But this Jax.
Did you say like the Bliss and Jax? So you said.
Except Bliss and Nia Jax, yes.
Okay. The worst one would probably. I'm kind of tempted to say with that too.
I'm saying the United States Championship match.
Oh.
Pretty sure Jinder Mahal ended up winning that shit.
Oh yeah. Best one if I remember this correctly now, that I liked the least was where would it go now?
You mean the most?
No, there's one I saw a second ago. I don't know where the hell it went though. Did it go up a little bit? Or was that no? Okay, never mind. I liked. I don't know that I liked that round. It was AJ Styles versus Nakamura, but I don't know.
I didn't like the finish, but the match up to that point was good.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd say the best match on this fucking card was Kurt Angle and Ronda versus Triple H and Stephanie.
Yeah.
I'm honestly inclined to say that's the best.
You say The Miz versus Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins.
That was an overrated match, and we both know that.
Nope.
Whatever, that's your opinion. I think it's one of the most overrated fucking matches.
You are not Christian!
Damn right I'm not. Bitch,
you are not a Christian! No, I'm a moon.
Yeah, exactly, bitch. I'm a moon. We're here at WrestleMania 35 with the first ever women's main event in WrestleMania history. Yeah.
Speaking of women's main event, that is the worst match in this card.
I think it had the most pointless interjection in this match with Charlotte Flair.
Woo.
Yeah.
Woo.
Holy shit.
The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal was pretty shit in this one, too. Braun Strowman won it by eliminating a celebrity.
Yeah.
Alright, worst match, though.
Worst match is like.
I think the worst match on this. Honestly, I think it's fucking Balor and Lashley.
Oh, you mean the demon and the demon and Lashley? Yeah.
I'm inclined to disagree.
What do you
Oh.
think the worst matches?
The match with fucking Oos and against fucking.
It was a
Black
pointless
and-
tag team match, but I mean, it wasn't really harming
It was a
anything.
bad match.
It wasn't really harming anything.
Very much disliked.
If you want to say the worst match, well, look at the time. The worst match was clearly fucking Samoa Joe and fucking Ray. I'm kidding. That actually wasn't a good match.
I kind of liked that match, but okay.
The worst, honestly, I'd say one of the worst matches is probably fucking Brock and Seth. I don't know.
But then also for like, well, you still on worst match, yeah?
Yeah, I'm having to say Balor and Lashley.
Yeah, Balor's and Lashley was kind of.
It was disappointing.
Yeah, to say the least, it was disappointing.
I mean,
It's not that it was a disappointing
and it didn't make
match.
any sense for him to bring out the demon against Bubbles Lashley.
Yeah, like it's not that it was a disappointing match. It was disappointing for the demon standards.
Yeah.
It's probably the second most disappointing match that I've ever seen with the demon after the Extreme Rules match with Roman Reigns.
Shit ending.
I mean, it was funny.
Great
But...
match, terrible ending, ruined the entire match.
Best match
Okay.
on this card.
Kofi Kingston. I don't know.
Best
Like,
moment?
I don't know.
Absolutely. Best match? Debatable.
Would be triple. Triple H. I honestly don't like any of the matches this year.
Honestly,
really.
I want to say the best match on this card was Shane McMahon and The Miz.
Yes.
You know what? I'm just gonna say it. The best match was Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder versus the
Fuck
Revival.
off!
Is losing streak.
Fuck off!
Hawkins broke the losing streak. Only reason I'm saying it.
Fuck off.
I hate the WrestleMania 35 card. That's the only reason I'm saying.
Attendance
What?
zero
behind closed doors.
That's funny.
What's zero behind closed doors?
That's how many people
Nobody
attended WrestleMania
attended.
36.
Nobody was there, man.
It's funny because I've wrestled in front of more people than WrestleMania.
Exactly. We can brag that we
Exactly,
wrestled in front of more people than WrestleMania 36. The Gronkster.
No, we don't say which WrestleMania. We just say that we wrestled in front of a crowd larger than a WrestleMania.
Okay,
Yep.
so because WrestleMania started their night 1, night 2 bullshit on this night, we'll do it the same way we did it with WrestleMania 2, but we'll actually pick a best and a worst from each night instead of just and worst for
the
night.
worst of the first night was
The worst one of the first night was probably Braun Strowman and Goldberg.
yeah.
Or Elias and King Corbin.
No, Braun Strowman and Goldberg. Best match, Boneyard match.
I disagree, but agree.
You're fucking wrong. Best match by a country mile is the Boneyard match.
I'm gonna disagree because it's a cinematic match.
Yeah.
The best pure wrestling match is Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens.
And it was mediocre.
No, it was not. Kevin Owens jumped off of a fucking sign.
Like the,
Oh, I liked the Boneyard match too, don't get me wrong.
no, I was gonna say I liked. Well, I mean, yeah, that one. Yeah.
You know what?
Which one was that again? The which match now? Oh, Boneyard match.
Yeah.
No, I was looking at the
You can watch that entire thing on YouTube on WWE's official YouTube channel.
Sami Zayn and whatnot there.
That
Not
match
too bad. I liked it.
Oh, Sammy and Brian, yeah, that wasn't a bad one.
Yeah.
I just didn't like that it was the
Actually,
new
honestly,
Yeah.
even if you want to say the worst match, probably Becky Lynch and Shayna Baszler. That was disappointing.
Go on, isn't it? Okay. Anyway.
But
Never mind.
honestly, it was Boneyard match.
Yeah, Boneyard or Kevin Owens and Seth. All right, night 2. The worst match. What?
What?
What now?
Oh, okay. I was about to say, when did Drew McIntyre fight the Big Show?
Yes.
But it was a dark match, so that explains that. Worst match on this card, Otis and Dolph Ziggler, and you're not changing my mind.
I disagree.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think is worse than that, unless you're saying Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair?
Well, what are you saying? Yeah, what is worse?
Moon said it already.
Oh, Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley.
Ripley and Charlotte.
I will agree with that
Oh.
because of the finish.
Okay.
But from a pure wrestling standpoint, it is Otis and Ziggler.
Ah,
Or even Angel
Best
Garza
match
and
was the-
Austin Theory and fucking the Street Profits. Best match, it is the Firefly Funhouse, and I'm not hearing any of it.
Firefly Funhouse
okay.
Pretty bad when the two best matches on your card were cinematic
for
matches.
cinematic.
But if we had to pick an actual wrestling match, I'd probably
It's
say Orton and Edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That being said,
Edge and
Firefly
Orton.
Funhouse.
Wrestling standpoint, Orton and Edge. Best match
All I'm
overall,
saying,
Firefly Funhouse.
WrestleMania. All I'm saying, at WrestleMania 39, I have a dream match, and I want it to be at WrestleMania 39.
Yeah.
We're going to take Brood Edge
Uh-huh.
Okay.
and make him fight the Demon Finn Balor.
Ooh.
I hear you. I hear you. I'm going to do you one better. Main
And a
event.
Lego match.
I'm going to do you one better. Main event. Women's Championship. Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks. Both of them get fired at the end of the night, and then we never have to hear Michael Cole say it's boss time again.
Agreed. I agree.
Agreed.
I hate Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. It's mediocre.
Oh, hey, speaking of Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair.
Okay, so that's the worst match of night one.
Yeah, that's the worst match of night one.
Actually, I want to disagree.
Oh, really?
I think the worst match was the women's tag team match on night one.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to disagree. I think that was not the worst match because it gave us the funny moment of Liv Morgan tripping.
That was Dana. That was Mandy
Yeah,
Rose.
Dana Brooke, right, of Mandy Rose tripping.
Yeah, but she fell on her ass. That was funny. You're right.
That being said, the worst match is still Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks because
I agree.
Sasha Banks.
I agree.
The
And
best match is Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus Miz and Morrison.
I'm gonna say that it's the worst match because it was overhyped, and not only that, but we should probably quiet down about Bianca and Sasha being a bad match because the Marks will come after us, and so will the Sasha stands.
Oh, yes.
The Marks are already after us. Fucking me. They were
This is
after us as soon as we said They were after us as soon as we said like the fucking Andre and Hogan wasn't the best match.
Yes.
Well, in WrestleMania 3, it wasn't. The best matches, chronologically speaking, is Macho versus what's his face, Ricky Steamboat. Dick
Ricky
Blood,
Steamboat.
better known as Dick Blood. That is his real name.
That's an amazing name.
That is
best
an amazing
match:
name.
Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus Miz and Morrison. Oh, so I have a question. What's up with the Miz being in so much? What's up with the Miz and Morrison being in so much WrestleMania celebrity matches?
I'm gonna agree. Out of everything on night one, I'm inclined to agree. Mostly because it's the third longest. It's the third longest match on the fucking night.
Yeah.
And Destroyer was wicked too.
That Canadian Destroyer was wicked. I'll give him that. Yeah.
Out of everyone on that card, you would not expect them to a celebrity do that.
Yeah.
All right. Worst match of night two: Apollo Crews and Big E.
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
Best match. Is it bad? I want to say the triple threat.
No.
No.
I was gonna say, is it bad that I kind of want to say Orton versus the Fiend?
It wasn't bad. It's a match we've seen 100 times, though. That's the only shitty part.
I personally would say that the best match was Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
That's pretty.
You're only saying that because Logan Paul ate a stunner.
It's like he ate the stunner on the Raw after. Not even going to lie, I thought it was on the Raw after Mania. It was really like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens' match on this time.
Yeah, I think it's a triple threat. Alrighty.
All I'm saying is it's a genuine crime that Tyler Breeze never had a WrestleMania match.
It is.
Yeah.
Maybe WrestleMania 40.
It shows up at WrestleMania 38, passes into that Fright Championship, becomes Universal Champion.
Alrighty, let's just look quickly at the match card. Or well, what the match card is. Yeah, let's make some predictions. Let's do some predictions. Alrighty. Let's do some predictions for the...
We're going to do the predictions for 38?
Yeah, why not?
Alright.
I feel like that's a good way to end this.
Yes. Oh, CBS Sports.
I'll fix next time. Fuck you. Alright.
Ooh. Predictions. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Ah, damn it! Of course they put that there.
Alrighty.
I want it, if it is Damian Priest and Finn Balor, I want it to be the Demon Finn Balor. Because we've already seen Priest Balor 7 times already.
This
Okay.
is true.
So first up is Priest. Well, I don't know what's gonna be separated night 1, night 2. So we'll just
And they
kind of.
also, this match isn't even confirmed yet, so like.
Well, we'll still debate it because it's probably gonna be the match that ends up happening if a U.S. title match ends up
Sure.
happening.
If it's the Demon, I want Finn Balor to win. If it's not the Demon, I want Finn Balor to win.
I don't think they should have ever took the belt off of Priest. He was doing so good with it.
Or if
Yeah.
they were, make it at this Mania match and make it the Demon to dethrone him. At least.
Yeah. So honestly, I think Priest should have never lost it. So I'm gonna say Priest. All right, we got RK Bro and the Street Profits.
Bro.
Yeah, if RK Bro doesn't win, RK Bro has to win for the simple fact that then it would literally fucking be a. They'd make RK Bro traditional champions.
It would be a waste of Randy Orton saying the F word.
Exactly. He never calls anybody his friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What F word do you think?
I was thinking of funky.
Like a monkey?
I'm funky.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
too sweet to be so.
Alright, SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Bloodline, the Usos versus Shitstain Nakamura and Ricky Boogs. A.k.a.
I
Gay or
think
Freddie
it's gonna be-
Mercury.
I think it's going to be Sitsuke Nakamura and Rick. Ooh.
Nah, it's gonna be the Usos retaining. I don't see the Usos dropping it to a non-tag team.
Oops. I see it because WWE's fucking stupid and Rick Boogs has muscles.
Yes.
I mean, I agree WWE is stupid. I agree Rick Boog has muscles, but I feel like they're not going to take it off of Jimmy and Jay just yet.
Okay.
They're probably going to defend at Mania. They might lose shortly after, but I think they defend it at Mania. Stone Cold appears on Kevin Owens' show, which is apparently was supposed to be a match, but now isn't. So if it is a match, who do we have to win? And if it's just a segment, well, then we wasted our time. But
I kind of want to see what win.
The match, I want Kevin Owens. If it's just a segment, Stone Cold.
Yeah.
if it's just a segment, I totally see him getting a few Steve Weisers and hitting a Stone Cold Stunner on.
Yes. But if it is actual wrestling,
I need to think of a
yeah.
finishing move. It's a woo rubber feet. No, I'm telling you, hit the bitch with a Stone Cold Stunner.
I'm telling you, the middle of the Stone Cold Stunner. Sami
Stone
Zayn
Cold
versus
Stunner.
Johnny Knoxville. One of two celebrity matches.
3 technically. I'm just gonna say it right. I'm gonna say it right here, right now. This is the safest Johnny Knoxville has ever been in his career.
Yeah. This is I am borderline to agree with that. Yes.
And that being said, Johnny Knoxville, I see him beating Sami Zayn.
I'm kind of inclined to say that with that, like, go credit with that too, because like
I'm gonna
somehow.
disagree.
Somehow.
Johnny Knoxville, welcome to Jackass. This is WrestleMania match card stealing spot.
I'm gonna disagree because I feel like they're gonna be stupid to make Logan Paul and The Miz beat the Mysterios.
Mm.
Oh yeah, because I'm pretty sure they're planning on sending Dominic to NXT 2.0 and making Ray a manager.
Which would be stupid, but anyway.
Sending Dominic to NXT 2.0 wouldn't be. Making Ray a manager would.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, why wouldn't you put him in NXT to begin with? Why put him in NXT now? That's what doesn't make sense.
Because they need name value because they're moving all their big names like Pete Dunne and Tommaso Ciampa to the main. Oh, sorry, and Tommaso Ciampa to the main roster.
Yeah, shut up. It's Pete Dunne. Just like it's not Gunther, it's Walter.
Hey, it's not Gunther, it's Gunter.
It's not Gunther, it's Walter.
Big.
Hey, Pat
Boy.
McAfee
Walter.
and Austin Theory.
Pat McAfee.
I hope Pat McAfee kicks the shit out of Austin Theory.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee, I don't remember if he ever did it, but I hope Pat McAfee's finisher is literally a punt.
I mean, he punted Adam Cole off of an announce table. Does that count?
Yeah, I think that's his finisher, like just punting people football kick style.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense. He was a kicker in the NFL.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That should be his. It should be. He should use the Shattered Dreams as his finisher.
Kick straight
Yes.
to the dick. I love it.
Okay,
Hopefully,
moving on to
Pat
Drew
McAfee
McIntyre and
wins.
Happy Corbin.
Hopefully, Pat McAfee wins.
Yes.
In reality,
Yes.
Austin Theory's probably fucking winning this match.
I'm
Here's
saying
a match
Happy
I
Corbin.
don't give a flying fuck about.
McIntyre's gonna win that shit.
Yeah, if
I'm saying
McIntyre,
Happy Corbin.
it's not.
Also,
It's
fact.
Happy Corbin. I thought it was Madcap Moss. I'm
Oh,
actually
no.
inclined to
Oh.
agree with Happy Corbin because they're building him to be like
Fun fact.
really good right now.
Fun-
He hasn't lost since he
Okay,
switched
yeah.
to gimmick this gimmick.
He has this lost. Plus, fun fact. Did you know that no one's ever kicked out of the end of days in WWE?
Since he's switched to this gimmick, yeah.
No, in general.
Oh,
No one's
really?
ever kicked out of the end of days.
Huh.
Ever.
Wait, nobody's used it again? You're saying?
Nobody's kicked out of it
He
apparently.
uses. No one's kicked out of it. He's used it almost in a bunch of matches. Never been kicked out of.
Huh.
I did not know that. All
And
right.
did you know that in an interview, the reason that this is happening is because in an interview, he said that he would rather have a finisher never being kicked out of than win a world championship.
Huh.
That's fair. That's fair. I respect that.
I like that. Yeah.
Next
that's
up
good.
is
He said
clean.
you remember, because he said that people remember a finisher never getting kicked out of more likely than they would a random championship reign that lasted like 102 days.
I mean, he's right. We'll get some of the greats to lace up a pair of boots to never fucking win a world title. Roddy Piper, the bed guy,
Yeah.
Scott Hall, Mr. Perfect. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
Mr. Perfect was supposed to win a world title.
I think Roddy Piper was too. I
Mm.
think. Don't quote me on that. Greats
And
like
then the person
Dominic
is obvious.
Mysterio, who's never won a world title.
Greats like Tyler Breeze.
Greats like FaZe Rugg.
Greats like Pat McAfee.
Greats like Adam Cole, baby.
Adam
Greats-
Cole, bye bye.
Greats like Ric Flair. He's never won a single world title in his career.
Greats like John Cena.
Greats like Dustin
Dusty
Rhodes.
In WWE, yes. However, comma.
Greats like Stardust.
Oh yeah.
Just let me start humping in front of the crowd real quick.
I had a question. Is how do you say that name now? Hold on. Is Bobby
good
Roode still in there?
Yep.
Yeah, he's known as Robert Roode, and him and Dolph Ziggler are currently doing a thing with Rick Steiner's kid down in NXT.
Yeah. Next up,
Okay.
it's the women's tag team match. Queen Zelina and Carmella versus Naomi and
Queen
the
Zelina-
boss. It's Sasha Banks. It's boss
I see-
time.
I see Sasha Banks and Naomi winning the match, but not the title. You know what I see happening? I see fucking. You know what I see happening? I see Corey Graves coming out and fucking punching Sasha Banks directly in the face, sucker punch style, and saying, "Is it boss time now, Michael?" and walking away with Carmella.
How as epic as that would be, I agree with them winning, but not
Swear to
getting the
God, if that
title.
happens.
But instead, it's obviously going to be Sonya Deville interfering and screwing
Yeah.
Sasha and Naomi. Edge
No,
versus
it's obviously going to be Sonya. It's obviously going to be Sonya Deville and Corey Graves.
you, right? And then there's going to be a live.
I want to
Then
see
there's
Edge
gonna
win
be
this one.
then there's gonna be a live sex celebration with Carmella and Corey Graves on their own.
Exactly.
All right, we got Edge and AJ Styles. This match is
I
probably
really
gonna
want to
be
see
match
Edge
of the
win this
card.
one, but I don't know.
I see AJ winning.
I could go either way. I'd be fine with either or.
Yeah.
Because I think this is gonna be.
Has AJ even ever won in WrestleMania match?
Yeah,
Oh, right, he's won with Omos.
Yeah.
and he beat Shane.
Hmm.
I completely forgot he wrestled Shane at Mania. I
He
thought that was
beat
like a fucking chamber or something. Did
he beat
Jericho?
he beat Randy.
I hear voices in my
Hate when that happens.
ass.
No, he didn't beat Jericho. Jericho beat him.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, like I said, Edge or I really don't.
Honestly,
care,
I'd be
actually.
fine
Edge,
with whoever
AJ,
wins this.
SE.
Honestly, this is
No,
match of
you
the
see,
night.
No one.
The question
No,
is,
you see,
Match
you
of the
see,
night
no
right
one's
here.
winning this match. This match is going to end with a no contest. As Jake Paul shows up thinking this is Logan Paul's match.
I can see
the
it.
question is this going to be Brood Edge or is this not going to be Brood Edge?
It's not Brood Edge. He has the new gimmick, new theme song, everything.
It's I want to be Brood Edge, but I'm dollar store Brood Edge.
This is what Def Rebel did. They took the lyrics to Metalingus, removed 90% of them, put a generic hip hop trap metal fucking beat behind it, and said, "This is your theme song." And Ed was like, "Canadian N-word."
Canadian N-word.
Canadian N-word? What?
What would the Canadian N-word be?
Yeah, what is that?
You know,
What is that?
I don't
Like,
want to know. Neanderthal? Numbskull?
yeah, that's all. There we go. Boom.
No, you dumbass. It's egg.
It's what?
It's what?
Egg.
Egg?
A?
That's why whenever the Fonz would punch something, he'd always be like, "Hey." It would be like punching something and then going, "Man."
Well, if he was black, he would have.
Exactly. But since he was Canadian, he went, "Hey."
Oh yes, the Fonz was Canadian. I forgot that.
Oh, wait, what?
He wasn't actually, I don't think.
I'm switching up right now.
Actually,
Maybe
now-
the actor ones.
Actually, if he was, that'd be quite funny.
That'd be actually make it hilarious.
That'd make your reference a whole hell of a lot more funny.
Fonzie, right?
Yeah.
American sitcom Happy
Yeah,
Days.
there you
He
go.
was originally okay, yeah.
All right, next
But
we
is the
have.
actor Canadian?
Hold on. Henry
They literally
Winkler.
just
Is that
said
not
he
his
was
name?
an American actor.
No, it said
Hold
he was
on.
an American
Hold on. Give me a
sitcom.
second.
Oh.
What's his real name, though? Arthur Herbert Fonzarelli, better known as the Fonzie or the Fonz. Fictional character played by Henry Winkler. Okay, hold on.
Mushroom Kingdom.
Mushroom.
Henry Winkler, what are you?
Dead,
Indian.
probably.
American actor, comedian, author, and executive producer. Okay. And
Wait, did
director.
you say an
Plays
American?
sci-fi, yeah.
So wait, did you just say an American actor but a Canadian author?
No.
Oh,
An American actor, comedian,
oh,
author,
okay,
executive producer, Slifer, and director.
Okay, so he's Slifer IRL. Gotcha.
That's what he's saying. Is this Henry Winkler, right? The way he plays the Fonz? No?
Yeah.
Hey, Miz and Logan
think-
Paul.
I'm wrong. I don't know.
I don't want The Miz and Logan Paul to win. Honestly, I want both celebrities to fucking lose. I'd rather see them.
Yeah, I'd rather see
Well,
Ray and Dominic win this
Pat
shit.
McAfee works for the company now. I don't consider him a celebrity.
Why are they going ahead with the Miz and Paul and Logan Paul? Anyways, like what?
They had the perfect opportunity to bring back Cody Rhodes. If it was Cody Rhodes, then yes, I'd rather the Miz and Cody Rhodes win.
Yeah.
I'll tell you exactly why
I
they're
don't
making
get it,
Logan Paul,
man.
because they couldn't get Cody Rhodes.
Watch him still debut on the night anyway.
I want to see the Mysterios win this. Yes.
I think
People are actually hyped. Weirdly enough, people are actually super fucking hyped for this match. That's because they saw Logan do a few wrestling moves on Raw. Like, oh shit, he can wrestle.
Okay, but he tricked everybody into thinking he could box.
Which he
True.
could.
This is true.
Hey, he's got modern boxing down to a T. Hugging.
I think the Mysterio should win it because especially if they do the storyline where they either move Dominic down to NXT 2.0 and Mysterio
this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. Logan Paul is going to pin Dominic right in the next center. I was like, oh, Dominic, you're a disappointment to the family. You're going to NXT.
Okay.
Oh, so he turns into fucking Mr. Miyagi. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then he
Yeah, I was
looks
gonna
at
say.
Buddy, and then he looks at Buddy Murphy saying, ooh, Buddy Murphy, you're begging my daughter to be a 6'9".
Ah, yes. Of
Oh,
course.
yes, I can confirm.
Oh, yes. Of course. No, I think because if they keep on teasing the breakup between Dominic and Ray, they should have a WrestleMania win together before they inevitably have a WrestleMania match against each other.
Yeah.
I feel like Logan Paul and The Miz are going to win, and that's when they're going to break up. Fucking Ray's going to attack Dominic, be like, oh, Dominic, you're about to disappoint me.
It'd be vice versa if anybody turned heel. I couldn't see Ray turning heel on his own son.
No, but yeah.
Also, I
know.
can't really see
We've
Dominic
seen
being a heel, though.
Exactly.
They're both too likable. I couldn't see either of them being a fucking heel.
Yeah.
Logan Paul is just like, hey, yo, let me get... Nah. They're going to make Dominic a heel, but he's not going to talk. You know who's going to talk for him? He's going to get a manager. FaZe
Rug. Oh, no. Oh.
Nah, the mouth that sells Jimmy Hart's gonna come out of retirement.
Oh hell no! Eddie Guerrero's gonna come out of retirement.
I'm your pappy. Nah, this is what's gonna happen. They're gonna lose. Mysterio's gonna make Dominic. You brought dishonor to the family, just like that time we found out that your mother banged Eddie Guerrero.
And you're not actually my child. I'm joking.
And you're actually not my
I'm not your
son.
pop. You're not.
I'm not your
Dominic.
poppy. What the
I'm
fuck?
not your poppy.
That scares me.
I just
The
imagine.
fact that it sounds like The fact that it sounds like something coming straight out of Vince McMahon's ideas.
Yes.
I love right when you say that. The only
Exactly.
thing I could think of was when Eddie revealed that Dominic was his son and not Ray's. All I think of is
Yeah.
Eddie when he was like,
I'm your
"I lied." That's all I can think of from Owen's little spiel. I lied.
Also, did you know that Dominic had no idea that match was scripted?
Mhm.
So he thought that he could actually end up with Eddie.
Yep.
Like, he was literally chilling in his room, like, I don't want to leave my family, but Eddie's kind of cool.
But Eddie's kind of cool. He gives me licorice at the park, but like,
Eddie's kind of cool. He lets me have licorice for dinner.
all right. Next up is the Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch and Bianca
That's
Belair.
just what Becky Lynch.
No, they're obvious. I think
Becky
they're gonna give it to
Becky
Belair.
Becky Lynch.
I could care less about this
Last
match.
Last I checked, Bianca Belair isn't one of the 4 horsewomen.
Okay, touche. However,
So
comma.
I'm just gonna say it right here right now. Becky Lynch is gonna win because Bayley's gonna return at Mania to screw Bianca because when Bayley got injured, she was feuding with Bianca.
I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna say
technically Bayley was feuding with Michael Cole, but still.
Kevin Owens has been feuding with Michael Cole for like the past 5 years. But anyway,
like literally, Bayley got like saved into the back of her head Michael's name.
I know.
Fucking hilarious.
I'm saying Bianca Belair wins for 2 reasons. One, to get her momentum back after Becky Lynch beat her in like 18 seconds at SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
2, I think because Bayley is gonna return and the feud's gonna be Bianca and Bayley, and Becky's gonna chase the title for a bit, or go over to SmackDown and face the winner of this next match, Charlotte Flair, versus
and number 3 is because Bianca Belair has last name Belair, which means in West Philadelphia.
Born and raised on the playground. Anyway, next up is Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey's winning this match.
Yes.
Hey, name me one time you've seen John Cena and Ronda Rousey in the same room.
That's fair.
That is fair.
But for real, if Ronda doesn't win, it's a waste of her return. I mean, I could give less of a shit about Ronda's return because this whole feud has been boring, and it's basically the exact same thing as WrestleMania 35, just minus Becky Lynch.
You mean minus the good part?
Exactly. And finally, we have the main event. The champion versus champion. The title for title. The title unification match. The Paul Heyman on a pole match. Why have they not done that?
Because Vince Russo's not writing this shit.
Fuck, can we get Vince Russo as a head writer for just one night? And can we have a Paul Heyman on a pole match?
Paul Heyman on a pole
Please. It's a story that writes itself.
That being said, Brock Lesnar's going to win.
I disagree.
For the simple fact that they're not going to... For the simple fact that they want Roman to still be like the top guy on SmackDown. What better way than to make him like drop the belt just to grab the new one?
Because I don't think it's actually they're not gonna unify these champions. It's gonna be the case of when Becky Lynch was Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion.
No, it's gonna be like when Keith Lee was NXT and North American Champion, obviously.
Yeah, basically Roman's gonna throw aside the WWE Champion and continue holding the Universal. I don't see Brock winning for the simple fact that they still want Roman and Rock.
Yes.
I think Roman and Rock is going to end up being
One of the biggest.
It has the potential to be one of the biggest.
Yes.
Not only that,
Now, this is how the match is gonna go down. The match is gonna go down normal wrestling match, right? Like Paul Heyman's just like my tribal chief, and then he's like, but Brock Lesnar, like that's a normal match. They beat each other up a bit. The referee gets knocked out. Brock Lesnar starts curling it because it's obviously the referee with blonde hair, so he's curling him by the belt.
oh yes, it's Charles Robinson. Yes.
And then he tosses Charles Robinson back in the ring. And then The Rock says, like, can you smell what The Rock is cooking? It's about drive, it's about power. Hits Roman Reigns with the rock bottom. Puts Brock Lesnar on top of Roman Reigns. Counts the 3 himself.
Yes.
Why does it sound Why does it sound straight out of somebody's shitty universe mode?
Because it probably is.
You wanted Vince Russo to be the head writer, didn't you? This is the Vince Russo storyline.
You're forgetting one crucial part. You're forgetting one crucial part. And then Scott Steiner comes out and calls Brock a fat bastard.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Oh, Brock Lesnar, you say that you're a buck-jacked white boy, and we gotta deal with it. But you look at me, then you look Samoa Joe.
And then Samoa Joe comes back, right? He gets rehired for the 3rd fucking time, right? And then he comes back and he's like, okay, listen, I heard all about your Sacrifice promo. I'm gonna let you finish, but at Sacrifice, and then WWE buys the copyright for Sacrifice, Samoa Joe...
And TNA as a whole.
Yeah, and TNA as a whole. So at WWE Sacrifice in June... or in May, it'll be Samoa Joe, Brock Lesnar, and Scott Steiner for the WWE Championship.
No. It'll be Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns versus Scott Steiner and Brock Lesnar.
And a winner takes all. Whoever pins is the champion because Vince Russo is still head booker.
Yes.
And then at Money in the Bank. And then at Money in the Bank, instead of a Money in the Bank match, it's going to be a Paul Heyman on a pole match where the winner gets the services of Paul Heyman.
No. And then Money in the Bank, they're going to go to put the briefcase on top of that, just to find out that the match between Brock and Roman ended in pinfall instead of someone taking Paul Heyman off the pole.
And then Paul Heyman stays there for the whole night. And then instead of a Money in the Bank, you fight for Paul Heyman. Whoever unhooks Paul Heyman gets to use him as a manager.
Jesus
Christ. Which leads up to SummerSlam, where it will be Roman Reigns versus whoever wins the Paul Heyman in a Paul Heyman on a pole match.
and then Robbie E comes back out of retirement from being Robert Stone and says, and then leaves again and never to be heard from again because it's fucking WWE forgetting about everyone they have on their roster.
Yes.
And then
David Arquette shows up.
And then JEFFJARRET shows up, hits everybody in the dick, steals the WWE champion, and then goes wrestles Kenny Omega in New Japan.
Yes, and then he returns to the WWE with the WWE champion, and he's like, I'm JEFFJARRET, and then Beetlejuice comes up.
Hey, Beetlejuice like take a carrot. That one.
Yeah, and then being accompanied to the ring by his personal ring manager Howard Stern.
Personal ring announcer Howard Stern.
And then Beetlejuice is gonna be like, "Hey, remember the '90s when you beat me with a guitar, bitch?" Well, then he's gonna hit Jeff Jarrett with the guitar.
You tell me that you're just gonna win the shit.
And then Beetlejuice becomes the WWE champion, and then that gets Vince McMahon so mad that Vince McMahon comes out of retirement, tears both of his quads, but wins the WWE championship, ultimately giving it to Austin Theory, who fights Braun Breaker in a Rick Steiner on a pole match.
I think that might make somebody turn in their grave right now. I think I hear somebody turning in their grave right now, man. Holy shit.
I think I hear Jim Cornette knocking on my door.
Jim Cornette? Oh my god, no.
I think I can see Vince Russo's boner from here. And then ultimately, at the end of the thing, by next year's WrestleMania, we're going to have Beetlejuice and David Arquette taking on Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns for both belts in a tag team match.
Yes. Yes.
And then The Rock interferes and wins both belts.
The Rock shows up again for the second year in a row, be like, it's all try, original power. Rock bottoms Roman Reigns again.
And then Hulk Hogan comes out.
All right.
And who can forget the fact that Beetlejuice is now won the Royal Rumble.
And then Hulk Hogan comes out, says the N-word, and then Hulk Hogan comes out and says the N-word, and then Booker T comes out and be like, tell me he didn't just say that. And then he says, Hulk Hogan, I'm coming for you.
Vince McMahon's like, what's good, dude? Can a low come up in your career? No. Now, and who can forget the Beetlejuice wins the Royal Rumble by eliminating The Rock, Hulk Hogan, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. All three of the Usos. Benoit's dead body.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Velveteen Dream.
Chris Benoit Jr.
David Arquette.
David Beckham.
David Beckham.
Robert Seaman.
God, Robert Seaman was the goalkeeper.
What is this evolving into? What am I? Is this evolving into?
WCW in the early 2000s. Okay, but in all seriousness,
Roman Reigns.
I do agree. Yes, obviously it's Beetlejuice. However,
yeah.
Beetlejuice fused with Jeff Jarrett for a bit, you know. And then Rick Steiner's just like, this is WWE, not WCW, and then Chucky shows up and says, fuck you.
And then Primetime hits the ring. No, but I think Roman's gonna win.
Mighty Mouse Demetrius Johnson shows up. And then there's another anonymous Raw GM. This time it's Moist Critical.
I was about to say, when does Moist Critical come a part of this? I just had a feeling.
Yep. Wait. When does Filthy Frank and or Jono come a part of this?
You see, Moist Critical starts a faction called the Moist Ones.
Oh.
You see, Moist Critical is the anonymous Raw GM, and while this is all happening, the Raw Tag Team Champions and the SmackDown Tag Team Champions and the NXT Tag Team Champions and the Women's Tag Team Champions are all won by JonTron and Filthy Frank.
Ah, yes, of course.
Can't wait for this. WrestleMania 39.
And then Roman Reigns decides he's tired of not holding the belt and brings the Divas Champion out of retirement.
Jesus Christ.
And then at WrestleMania 40, he fights that one guy who's the intergender champion of the world.
James Ellsworth or Andy Kaufman? Oh, he digs up Andy Kaufman and fights Andy Kaufman. Gotcha.
Both.
Both.
And then Jerry the King Lawler's being like, hey, yo, you can't fight that guy. I pile drive the shit out of him. Okay, but in real...
Jerry the King Lawler comes back on commentary.
And talks about puppies, and I don't mean dogs.
You know, Oxy, that the whole Jerry the King Lawler thing is the most realistic thing we've said.
Maybe David Arquette showing up because he's got some cred, but like other than that...
Yes.
Nah, I think Vince Russo coming out of retirement is going to happen.
I'm calling it. Paul Heyman on a pole match, SummerSlam.
I'm calling it. Vince Russo was sent to WCW to kill him from the inside.
You said Paul Heyman on a pole match. It literally just reminds me of that of the King Kong movie where like that woman is like as a sacrifice to King Kong. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that reminded me of right there. I'm like, what the fuck?
Trouble Chief. I did it for the Rock.
I did it for the Rock. In reality, though,
shows up, and then Paul Heyman wins the Paul Heyman on the pole match and starts air guitaring to Seth Rollins' theme song.
Oh Christ!
Oh my god! Not gonna lie, if you haven't seen it, you gotta watch fucking Paul Heyman air guitaring to Seth Rollins' theme song.
Oh my god!
I literally sent it in memes.
Yeah.
All right.
I see it.
In reality, though, now back on topic, I think Roman's going to win because I know they really want to do Rock and Roman, whether it be at SummerSlam or next year's Mania.
I think Brock's gonna win because The Rock's gonna screw Roman. And then Roman be like, "Why, Rock? Why'd you do it?" And then Rikishi will show up like, "It was me, Roman."
It was me all along, Oos.
Rikishi?
It was me all along, Oos.
And then Roman be like, "Hey, yo, Rikishi, how the fuck did you make yourself look like The Rock?" And then Rikishi will just be like, "I did it for The Rock."
And then Roman's like, "That makes no fucking sense. This isn't the 80s. This isn't the 90s anymore." And then Rikishi's like, "You're right. It's about drive."
And then Scotty Too Hottie and the dead Grandmaster Sexai show up.
Alrighty.
No, except it's Jared King Lawler and Grandmaster Sexy's entire.
Yes, and then they would just be like, "You look fly today," and then start getting him styling on Roman's girl.
Jesus Christ.
And then The Rock will actually show up and be like, "I want a feud against you. I have Black and Samoan in my veins. My culture reigning with."
So what's my motherfucking name?
So what's my fucking name? Walk.
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 So did you say? So what's my muffin name? Walk. I swear to God, that's what I heard. So what's my muffin name?
Too, yeah.
What's my muffin name? Walk.
I think it's a carrot.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right.
What's up again? And then he'll have the WWE champion, and then Filthy Frank will be like, "Have you seen Frank?" And then Jontron would be like, "Yeah, I'm looking at one, but do you know what that is, Beetlejuice?" And Beetlejuice would be like, "I think it's a carrot."
No, I have a question for the audience. This just for if I dig a 6-foot hole, how deep is that hole?
About 20 feet.
Never forget that was an actual answer for one of my Jeopardy questions. How deep is 6 foot?
Yep.
Judah was like 6 feet, and then I was like wrong, or about 20 feet.
About 20 feet. At the end of the day, I think it's Roman winning. So that was our WrestleMania. Basically, look back at
the end of the day, I think it's Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice and Logan Paul end up world tag team champions. Let's go.
Yes, they become the women's tag team champions. Shauna and Andy Kaufman, women's tag team.
In reality, though, this was our kind of like a speed review of talking about what the best and the worst matches were in Mania history and giving our predictions for WrestleMania 38.
Yes.
Maybe after Mania 38, we'll come back and see how close we were to predictions.
How close to our prediction we actually had? Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, if Beetlejuice and The Rock and all of them show up in the main event and such.
Yeah, like, you know what would be fucking weird?
I want to laugh my ass off in the crowd. You see Beetlejuice.
And if you know, what'd be fucking crazy if halfway through the match, Vince Russo actually shows up and says, "No, this is now a Paul Heyman on a pole match." That would actually happen at Mania. I think everyone would lose their fucking mind laughing.
Bro. This could be a Paul Heyman on a pole match.
Paul Heyman on the pole match.
I'm gonna say it right now: Robbie E, Matt Riddle, and a team managed by Vince Russo, bro.
Yeah, they'll be called the Bros.
Yep.
Bro.
All right. What do you think is the best?
Winner. And then the winner, and then the person who dethrones Beetlejuice, TNA, New Japan, AEW, AWA, WrestleMania, will be Orange Cassidy.
And then Jim Cornette comes out.
Jim Cornette says the fucking dog pockets and starts spanking him with the tennis racket. And then Brian Zane shows up.
And then they get into a feud about what Jim Cornette blocked him on Twitter.
My God.
And then Hulk Hogan comes up and says the N-word again for a third time.
Yes.
And then King Booker returns.
Yes.
And then Vince McMahon walks up to King Booker and says, "Oh, can a come from your crew?"
And then he asks to run a train on his girl.
All you had to do was follow the damn train, Booker.
Yeah. All right. So what do you guys think were the best and worst matches in Mania history from each Mania? Or what was your favorite match in Mania history or your least favorite match in Mania history? Let us know down in the comments below. And what are your WrestleMania 38 predictions. Are you going to get anywhere near Owen's epic 4-year booking plan?
Jesus.
Don't worry, I have your 5% too. At WrestleMania the next year, the Raw after Mania 41, you'll never guess what happens, bro. Vince Russo announces that he bought WWE, TNA, WCW, AEW, New Japan, Ring of Honor,
Yes.
AWA, and he's chanting it to BWEF, Pro Wrestling Force.
Wait, what did you call it again?
Pro Wrestling Force, BWF.
Okay, alright, I think this is where we,
And never forget all the Paul Heyman on pole matches were had.
Paul Heyman on the pole match, yep.
Bro, you haven't got to the best part yet, bro. David Arquette shows up, who announces Ready to Rumble 2.
Oh, shit!
Damn.
And then The Undertaker comes out of retirement and says, Vince Russo, you need to rest in peace. And then at Mania 43, it's Undertaker versus Vince Russo. And a loser goes to hell match.
Oh my god.
And Vince Russo throws the Undertaker streak for a third time, and he says, bro, you can't handle this, bro. Like, bro, I am just Vince Russo. I am the WCW, WWE, AEW, TNA, Ring of Honor, New Japan, AWA World Champion of the World, bit.
That has to be like the longest title I've heard in a while.
It's like that one YouTuber who has that really long ass fucking name.
Or it's like that one Full Metal Alchemist the Brotherhood thing. My name is
Yeah, pretty much.
After Mania 43, Vince Russo is like, bro, I am officially retiring the TNA, WWE, WCW, ECW, New Japan, Ring of Honor, World Champion of the World, and replacing it with the BWF Pro Wrestling Force title, bitch. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, unexpectedly, no one is expecting this at all, motherfucking oompa wham 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 wham.
Yep. All right.
He looks Vince Russo straight in the face, and he says, "My name is And then Vince Russo is like, bro, I'm not worthy. Gives Two Men the world champion.
Oh, fucking hell.
And the Royal Rumble was like, yo, girl, I know we couldn't Skype tonight, but that's aight. And then he trips, falls, eliminates himself from the Royal Rumble.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
10-year and WWE, WCW, TNA, ECW, Ring of Honor, AEW, AWA, WCCW, NWA Wrestling, better known as BWF. That's a tenure. It was him falling in the main jumping in cover. And out of nowhere, unexpectedly, fucking what's his name again? Joey Ryan shows up.
Yes.
Starts groping all over the women. The fans are super uncomfortable. And then Vince McMahon shows up, tears both of his quads again.
Jesus.
And then Rikishi will reveal that he sabotaged the ring to make Vince McMahon tear his quad. And Vince McMahon will be like, you son of a bitch, why the fuck would you do that? I'm Vince McMahon. I'm old. And then he'll be like, I did it for the wrong.
Wait, he's going, I'm old. Fuck.
To Mania 45, The Rock versus Vince McMahon, not Russo.
Thanks for the clarification.
Rikishi on a fucking stripper pole match.
Rikishi on a stripper pole match. Oh,
climb up the stripper pole, slap Rikishi's butt to win.
What?
And then Vince Russo shows up, being like,
I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that one bit.
I'm Vince Russo, so you know what I'm going to do? Here's David Arquette again.
All right, okay.
Then David Arquette shows up, and he's like, hey, yo, bro, a diamond upside down to pussy, and then hits everyone with a diamond cutter, even the fans in attendance.
All 6 of them at this point.
Cody Rhodes shows up, and he's like, I'm Cody Rhodes. You're just smoke and mirrors. And then Stephen Amell shows up.
Oh boy.
And then Robert Downey Jr.
And then as soon as you thought this fucking fucky wucky twisted turn shit's over, now Bad Bunny shows up.
And him and Booker T have a tag team match.
Yep, there is.
And just when you thought all the twists and turns were done,
Teddy Long comes back.
Broforce Wrestling acquires their first general manager, Teddy Long, who forces everyone to go in a one-on-one match, in a one-on-one tag team match against the Undertaker player. And just when you thought the twists and turns were over, at WrestleMania 50, Pat McAfee announces he bought Pro Wrestling Force.
And then it becomes the NFL 2.0.
And then it becomes XFL.
It becomes the
And then Rikishi at their Super Bowl booty cheek slaps everyone on the field, and then The Rock will be like, "Hey, yo, what the fuck?" And then Rikishi will be like, "I did it for The Rock."
Yes.
And it's so cool that the Zamboni shows up.
Why is Zamboni? Why is Zamboni?
Because you need to clean the fucking field, dumbass.
What? Clean the field with a Zamboni.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just give him a couple minutes.
Oh, clearly. Okay, so after Owen has lost his fucking mind, I swear to God, I'm going to take this part. I'm taking this part. I'm going to cut it into its own video and call this Owen's Future of Wrestling.
Yes.
As soon as you think that it's all done and over with, Vince Russo announces WCW from the 90s too. He's in collaboration with the developer of Sex, and they make Sex 2 and WCW 2, and it's just crazy, bro. Like, bro, you don't...
Okay, is this for me?
Hornswoggle shows up.
Alrighty.
I feel like this is half an hour, but like,
it's been close to at least 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, at least like 15-20 minutes. I'm just talking about this. I'm like, what the shit?
Beetlejuice and Hornswoggle headline WrestleMania 52, baby. Royal Rumble, and then Dean Ambrose returns, and he is like, I did it for The Rock. And then The Rock said, what the fuck? And then Rikishi versus Dean Ambrose happens, but it just ends with them having sex in the middle of the ring.
Okay, whoa.
I was half expecting a Rock on the pole match.
Then Renee Young shows up and challenges Rikishi for the Dean Ambrose on a pole match. Young admits that she's pregnant with Rikishi's baby.
Okay.
Talk about
and then Jungle Boy shows up. And just when you think it's all over, MJF versus in The Miz join forces to create the fuck boys. I mean the fuck yous. And they just take Broforce Wrestling by storm, bro. Like, bro, you don't even bro, you don't understand, bro. Like, bro, you ain't ready for this, bro. And then Jim Cornette rants on his podcast, being like, "What does wrestling come to? We have a retarded insert N-word here taking on a midget in a WrestleMania headliner, while a woman gets out of the kitchen and takes on Rikishi." Something about pockets being overrated, and then something about sucking Wardlow's dick. And then all of a sudden, Dave Meltzer shows up. He sees Kenny Omega taking a shit and gives that match with the toilet 5 stars.
Okay, that's probably the most realistic thing he said this whole time.
Jeez.
Kenny Omega versus his toilet, New Japan Wrestle Kingdom 15. After Taco Bell, the grudge match.
And then Caleb with a K and Orange Cassidy have a Chris Statlander on a pole match.
Yeah.
Oh, and let me guess. And then Hook, Logan Paul, and Jake Paul team up and create the YouTuber douchebag committee.
No. And then Hook shows up being all like, what the fuck is going on here? And then Danhausen shows up saying, it's not very nice, it's not very evil. And then the Hook kicks Vince Russo in the dick, bro. And then Hook takes off a very realistic looking face mask to reveal that he's fucking Stone Cold and he's gonna hit Vince Russo with Stone Cold Stunner.
Love how this turns back to Stone Cold Steve Austin somehow.
Yes, it turns back into Steve Austin somehow.
Have a Danhausen on a pole match between between Vince Russo and Stone Cold, and the match has ended up ultimately won by Hook being like, hey yo, what the fuck, kicks them both in the dick, takes off the mask to reveal that it's somehow Rikishi.
You really like going back to Rikishi on the shit, don't you?
And then Rikishi's
Somebody's
like,
ass.
for the Rock. And Rikishi's like, I did it for luck. And then, bro, this is the crazy part. Vince Russo finds the cure for death. Brings Chris Benoit back. And then Chris Benoit has this whole complicated storyline with Chris Benoit Jr. being like, why, Dad, why'd you have to kill Mom and brother? And then Chris Benoit will take out the mask, revealing that it actually wasn't him, and it was Rikishi the whole time. And Rikishi will be like, I did it for the Rook.
Man, how did Rikishi get so fucking skinny?
Yeah, Jesus
Where did he get all these fucking realistic masks, too?
Jesus.
I can tell you how he got skinny. He's called a gurney.
That's not what you meant to say, but I know what you meant.
He meant
A girdle, I think.
girdle or whatever it's called.
And then as soon as you think this entire fuckfest is over, the Snod's Triple H shows up to challenge the Undertaker WrestleMania, and it's Snods versus Streak. If Undertaker loses, his WrestleMania streak's over. That's been over for like 20 years at this point, right, bro? And then if Triple H loses, he has to cut his nose off, bro.
Jesus Christ. Yes.
Okay.
Hurricane shows up.
Okay. Thank you, Owen, for telling us how you.
There's been about a half an hour of that happening.
He starts feuding, and then Hurricane starts feuding with Gregory Helms, right, bro?
They're the same person.
Explain that to explain how Undertaker feuded with the Undertaker, then.
That was an actor.
Hey, Gregory Helms will be an actor.
Okay.
It'll be Luke Gallows.
What the?
All right. Okay.
On that,
and then Jesse and Festus return as a team, and they be like, Rikishi, you motherfucker, you stepped on my gravy. And then Scotty Too Hottie will be like, turn it up, and then start doing the worm on all of his fucking haters. You know, just like Kazi doing the worm while flipping off DZ from Bar Down. And as soon as you think that the worm is over, he does like a fucking 50 more laps doing a 5-hour-long worm, right?
Oh, let me guess. And then Otis joins him and starts doing the caterpillar.
And then Otis shows up, starts doing the caterpillar,
I just had to ask.
And then Rikishi sits on Otis, being like, I did it for the Rook. But Scotty Too Hottie's still there doing his worm. He's on number 7 at this point. And then fucking MVP shows up and says, think that the worm takes over, you should see my signature baller.
Okay. Thank you, everybody.
John Cena becomes visible.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Hope you have a great time.
Bye. Have a wonderful time. Tell us your favorite WrestleMania match and how great of a booker Owen is.
And then David Arquette shows up again.
Goodbye.